welcome to the Old World Fanatics, your Warhammer Fantasy podcast to quench your hobby thirst for all things the Old World. I'm one of your hosts, Gummo. I'm joined, as usual, by Andrew and Josh, but we've got some really big dweller-type people down here on the bottom of our screens to introduce. We've got Lachie and Danny Paints here. I was going to say from Snake Eyes, but do I say they're from Dwellers? What?
Well,
I don't know.
One is more relevant than the other.
Yeah,
we are really dwelling below here. I like that you've put us down the bottom so that we actually are like underneath. Dwelling
Like
in
we're almost like the Brady Bunch. It's getting
Yeah,
Something like that.
thanks for having us, guys. Yeah, if only we had our own podcast to be on, but that doesn't seem to be happening. But it's good. Long time listening here, so very very keen to be on Old World Fanatics.
I appreciate it. No, I don't know if it was you being on or you guys just asking us to come on, because I think I've just got to thank Danny for reminding me I had a podcast and had something sort of so, no, it was good timing because obviously a lot of things sort of converged late last week. Not only was obviously Snake Eyes released, I mean, people knew the date, correct, but not the pack.
Yeah, we had to save the date out.
Yeah, so the Snake Eyes, for those who don't know, Snake Eyes is it the only teams tournament lately, or what?
Listen, I said this last year, and the people from WA flamed me.
Oh, okay,
for
right.
the only teams tournament, but it is the biggest and the best. So,
Okay,
WA is a different country. It's fine.
it is
Yeah.
so far away.
No,
Tell them to walk over and slap me.
I was too antagonistic towards them last year. I'm really hoping for a WA team this year. Last year I was like, oh, come on, you weaklings. This year my tactic is, we love you, WA. You should come over. Play some hammer with us.
Come over. That's awesome.
But yeah, it's a
we're
team's tournament. It's a Warhammer The Old World
definitely going to
team
talk
tournament,
to
in
you
fact.
guys about that and let you, I guess, spruce it up and hopefully get some more registrations. I think you already got 6 in. And on top of that, not to tap my own horn, I did get my new tournament software released for Old World Rankings, and then Danny was happy enough, Lachie, I don't know who made the final call to go, we're running it on the platform. So
Danny told me what was happening. Although I hear that it was run last year, but not by anyone in particular, but on Microsoft Excel last year. So I'm very glad that I don't have to do that this year. It wasn't even on best case pairings or anything like that, right,
Listen,
Danny?
there's some. Snake Eyes 2026 is the new and updated, and
I think this is just an Australian thing. We're just comfortable with what we know, I think.
Yeah, look, and on the team, and we're not naming names, but on the team there was some dead weight that we had to cut. We had to get rid of some ineffective staff, and we're a leaner, faster, more efficient machine this year.
Absolutely.
Probably, that's what most organisations are probably doing this year. But anyway,
it's like a hostile takeover at this point.
So I guess we'll do that. But you guys are just here for half time, I think, and then till half time, not at half time, and then we'll just do our usual Old World Fanatics hobby news, shout-outs, questions in the second half, as usual. If you are here for the first time, we are live every Monday or Tuesday if I decide to not do it on Monday, or Wednesday if none of us decide to do it on Monday or Tuesday, but usually here every week, definitely, and really do appreciate the support. So please like, subscribe, leave some comments in the live chat if you're here, or even if you're watching this back while you're painting some of your minis, all that sort of goodness. We do appreciate it. We do have a Patreon over on patreon.com/allworldfanatics, which does go a little way to, actually goes a long way these days to helping us keep turning up. And we're actually putting some of the money, and I do owe Josh some money, to some terrain and stuff like that as we're starting to do our own
everything
tournament.
That outlay.
Yeah, so I think that will start showing. So promise, guys, it does help. But outside of that, I don't know if I'll bore it much longer. What do we want to do? Do you want to bring up? Do you just want to chat through the history of Snake Eyes first, and how it went last year, and then how it's changed, or do you want me to bring up the players back?
We'll do a very brief rundown of the event. I think I spammed it so much last year that you couldn't avoid any sort of promotional material. That was back in the days of the Facebook chats that were rampant across the community. very cold now. But yeah, so Snake Eyes was
looks like we need some kind of central community hub again to everyone.
If only.
Yeah, almost. Some sort of forum we could.
Wargamer AU. Oh, damn it.
That's a great name for it.
Yeah. Old World AU. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be more on that a little later. The event is a big team tournament. There's a bunch of dwellers that absolutely love team events and have competed, nationally and internationally with various game systems and Warhammer versions, etc. for ages. And so are we a podcast? Group of people, friends. Even that's a loose term.
Like you guys are the podcast. You just don't do the
associates.
podcast that much.
Yeah, we're living in like a neo post podcast existence. It's like a postmodern podcast where we don't actually do any of that stuff. But the best part is we just hang out and play games. Big team tournament, heaps of fun. Last year we had teams of 3, and I really should say that the father of lies, Nick Cohen, is the biggest driver of this. The founder, the grandfather of Snake Eyes,
the godfather.
and he said, he's scary like that. And he said, let's run a teams tournament. And I said, yeah, I can be the hype guy. And then he did everything, and I did the hype, which was great. And we had a massive turnout of like, how many teams of 40 something players.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
which is pretty good. I think is the biggest tournament in Melbourne to date, and teams tournament in Australia, hoping for bigger and better this year. And it ran so smooth. We had sort of the vibe and what we're going for is a really premier experience of like there's a table service at the tables. It's a really lovely venue, good terrain, like heaps of space, air conditioning, lunch is provided. You don't have to worry about going off and finding a cafe or whatever. We just do lunch orders. And then trying to keep the community together, and we had a big trivia night and a bit of a booze up at the bar in the venue, and then went out for drinks afterwards. Just trying to build community spirit.
That's
it
yeah,
was heaps of fun.
Boxes.
Yeah, heaps and heaps of fun. And it was kind of on the brink until a savior stepped in this year and said, "Who's running Snake Eyes? I'm going to do it." That's him.
Yes. Oh, I'm on the other side of your screen. No.
Look.
So who are you pointing at? Someone in the chat?
No, a couple of months ago, like Nick, he called up and was like, "Hey man, got a lot on, this year. Not sure if it's going to be able to run. We've got the date set." And I was like, "Oh, is Danny going to be helping?" So I called you, and you're like, "Yeah, cool. I'm really keen." So I was like, "Okay, cool," because there still hasn't been that much going on in Melbourne. I know, Josh, you've just run your event recently. There's a couple of little events going around. It's good to see. It's starting to build momentum. So I thought, absolutely. I'm actually like 10 minutes away from Gaming Arena, so it's super easy for me. And of course, mere moments after I took the reins, Nick was like, "Yeah, actually, I've got a lot of time now. I'm gonna submit a team. I'm gonna play. Here's a few ideas about what the comp should look like and how the pack should look like." So really good form from Nick. No, we love him. Obviously,
that was very funny, actually.
My job
really
is actually
to play.
That's right.
That's good tactic.
My job's going to be pretty easy.
But also just play, and you guys run the event.
To be fair, we'll get to comp in a minute. Because it's kind of breaking the internet as it always does. But I definitely ignored a bunch of things that he said, so that's good. Just so everyone kind of knows.
That's it.
Did you guys
keep that in mind.
Maybe this is something to talk about a little later on, but did you guys get swayed a little bit at all by, I know we are trying to put a teams together for like WTC, is that right? Like Actar's getting teams together. Is this anything to do with that at all? Like in terms of
I had no idea. No, this is just continuing on Snake Eyes. And then Captain Jamie Paney, I just assumed because Nick was talking to him, said he can't be here or something. He's going on an adventure or something. And so I sent him some aggressive messages saying, "Why aren't you playing the event?" And he said, "I am, and we're bringing 2 teams from Team Australia." So,
wow.
Do
we know who Team Australia is yet, though?
He said he's just finalising that stuff now. Yeah, so he's
cool. No,
very
it worked out
clear.
really well because I know like Team Australia will always want some warm up events. Playing in a teams environment is always very different to a singles environment. In terms of the pairing process, the comp will obviously be a bit different, but the same kind of principles are there. So it's great to have. I think we're having teams from Queensland, New South Wales. We might even have one team, Danny, correct me if I'm wrong, from New Zealand.
I heard.
There was a couple of guys in the chat saying, we're keen to come. So anyway, if that's the case, hats off to those guys. International event, let's go. And I think so. Probably just before we get any further, obviously last year was teams of 3, and I think in the Dwellers chat there was a bit of conversation last year. Should it be 3 or 4? I think Nick was originally going to go 4, and a few of us were like, we're still building the community, so let's go with teams of 3. And then this year it's like, cool, let's keep that momentum up, and let's go those teams of 4, and hopefully all the teams that
it sounded a little bit like you said. All the Dwellers chat said 3. Nick said 4, and so it's 4. Is that what
me and Nick were
about last year.
Immediately after the event last year, we were like, "Oh, we should go bigger. Teams of 4." Because the big teams events are teams of 8. Right?
I'd love to do teams of 5. I think 5 it works really well, but obviously I don't think the community can support that.
A little, but
Was 3 a bit limited then for pairing? When you ran it last year, even 4 stepping up to 4 will make quite an interesting different dynamic to that.
Yeah, it's just another layer. It's literally just one more layer of complexities to pairings. 3, it just gets slightly more complex.
Do we want to go into that later?
More...
I know you've got a page.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
It would be nice to explain it.
Let's get into it. Any other?
I'll see if I can find my infographic.
We can do that later.
I can bring up. We're probably going to. Yeah, sorry, Josh.
You've actually got slides prepared, Gummo, dear.
No, it's your players back.
You guys actually just the TOs? Is anyone else actually involved in organising it directly, or is it really just you two and you guys are
just us?
Because when people say Dwellers are running it, it's such an amorphous identity.
That's right.
No, we have obviously we've got the Dwellers chat, and we bounce ideas around to each other and things like that, and test things before we go out. But it's not we've written a comp pack for Nick Owen's army. We haven't done that.
Although you can rest assured he's going to break it in the worst way possible. He always does.
Of course,
that's what it's there for. Yeah,
Dwellers,
right?
Dwellers cool. Their whack lists.
I'll bring up the pack. We don't need to go through it page by page. I'll let you guys drive what you think's interesting and you want to get out. I think it's because we've got so many people. It's going to go a bit. I'll try zooming in. Good. No, let me see if I can get it better.
That's
not going to work. That's not going to work. Come on, there we go.
There we go.
One more.
Nice.
So annoying that I can't get it wider than that. Maybe I can. Oh yeah, here we go.
Well, yeah, because
as wide as I get.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Too wide. Screens.
That's fine. That's very readable.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's right at page 15. We'll start at page 1. That might be better. There we go. Who's that?
Hello.
Great photo of me. Thanks, Danny.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate, Danny, by the way, that you're wearing the ridiculous dinosaur hat tonight. I put that up on the thumbnail as a bit of a joke, and then you're wearing it live, which I love.
Yeah, absolutely. This was it's kind of like a mask. It feels like when you put on a mask and you suddenly feel like you can do anything. Or the transformation that masks. The transformative effect, yeah, exactly. And me and Nick bought these for $1 each last year.
Did you TO in them, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm expecting he will.
Actually,
if he doesn't.
Well, it was actually a phenomenal idea. It turned out it was stupid, obviously, to start with, but then
people knew where you were.
Everyone can see us. Everyone can see where we are. If someone's up on the staircase talking, they've got a big dumb dinosaur hat on. Listen to them. That's the TO. Or I have a question. Where's the TO in this room of 70 people? Because there was a bunch of other games going on at the same time. So that's good. High vis.
Awesome.
High vis dino.
So does Lachie, you got to get one, or do you just take it off Nick? Is it just get past?
I'm sure, but there'll be one going around.
Cool. Okay, so do you want anything? Where do you want to what's the probably?
I think we've
we'll
just done a
start with
bit
some
of
of the
an
details.
intro
Maybe
here.
just about how many teams you're going to have. It's teams 4.
Yeah.
What's the ticket price, dates, all that sort of stuff, just for people who might not have seen. Obviously, it's on Old World Rankings, but yeah.
Being
through
run
quickly.
on Old World Rankings.
Yeah, as well. Yep. So was it 340? Was it a team?
Yeah, so it works out to be about 85 each. Yeah, 85 each, right? Plus there's a bit of a processing fee, of course, for Old World Rankings.
Yeah,
Shout out to them.
Yeah, but that is an early bird price if anyone is considering chucking a team in. So that's the first 10 teams, and we already have 6, so 4 more teams until it goes up to 360.
True.
Nice.
Also,
I really appreciate the price, guys. I've been on this train for the last I don't know how long, just with Old World Rankings, that people got to pull their finger out a bit more, and we're not young people anymore. We can spend a little more and have a nice event. I really like that you guys are. I don't know, just doing that. That was part of the, obviously, like you said, the venue's good, the service is there, all that sort of stuff.
Bit more primo.
It's worth it. Yeah, it's just worth it. Like, come on, it's still pretty cheap. $85. I spent more than that on a bloody lunch yesterday at a fucking RSL.
You get pizza on the Saturday night as well, right? So it's a pretty good deal,
including food as well.
Yeah, I mean,
we did some serious hard work on this. There's a lot of work going on, wheeling and dealing and negotiating hard to get discounts and stuff. We're even offering we will again this year offer a discount on accommodation for traveling teams. The Quest service apartments nearby gives us a little discount there. Cool. Just making it affordable, but also it's a premium event. It's not. Yeah. It's not. It's not a ad hoc game.
It's not game. Yeah, you're not down at your local game store playing or anything like that. Yeah,
that's right. Trying to be a flagship event for Victoria.
Yeah.
I like it. Cool. And then, like you said, I got trivia hosted by Danny Paints. Cool, awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Trivia was a huge hit last year. Not everyone stayed for it because after the first day of a massive tournament doing pairings as well, you bug it, right? But the people that did not regret. It was so much fun. Someone gave me a microphone and that was on them. It was their fault.
Is it trivia? Is it what? Like, what? I mean, what is it? Warhammer
Old World Trivia. Yeah. And it went really well last year, except too easy. Most teams were getting most of the questions. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go pretty esoteric this year. I just forgot that it's a room full of people that are obsessed with Warhammer.
You have to reach out
so there's nothing that is
reach out to Jordan's Sorcery Daddy and get him to give you some of his questions.
Yeah.
You know how he does those Warhammer ones? We were doing them for a bit and they got very hard after a while.
Really
we gave up.
We have those for like a good year.
They were getting too hard. Yeah.
They were.
Some of the questions as well were really interactive and kind of problem solving, right, Danny? So I remember one of the questions, there were a few questions like this. It's like what's the maximum distance or the furthest a single model can move in a single turn or something like that? And so people are working out how many times they can cast, certain spells on them to go on, all that stuff. And it was actually really interesting, some of the the answers that people
working
came up
out.
With.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to more stuff like that this year, Danny.
What about role playing? Like what a dragon trying to stomp on a unit of people.
Warhammer players are also, while being huge nerds, are also introverts. Role play, no, you won't be required to role play. But yeah, some of like that question, Lachie, you were talking about, we didn't have answers. It was like, this is a scenario, work it out. How far can a unit move in a turn max, and show you're working. And so I think it was Bucket, Alex Burkett that won that question, got the prize point for that question, and it was something ridiculous hypothetically, units are strung out diagonally across the table, and then it flees, it flies using a spell or whatever, and then triple marches, etc., and then takes a dangerous terrain test in one corner, and the way the units are spread out means that it flees the entire board. Just some really tight hypotheticals. Really cool.
Love it.
Yeah,
It's possible.
That is good.
Cool.
Yeah.
And here is a pic of the actual venue. So, Josh, this is where you played your thing last weekend, wasn't it? As well. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gaming arena. Yep.
I mean, do you want
Love the
to like?
setup.
You've talked it up a little
Incredible
bit,
setup.
but is there anything? Geez, look at these
Oh
tables.
man,
Is that
it
these
is
drink
like professional
holders?
level. It is like the table height's beautiful. It's ergonomically like just above waist height, so you can play it standing up quite easily. But there's plenty of stools, so if you want to sit, you can. There's lovely shelves on each side. There's drink holder, like little indents and that kind of thing. Like it's a beautiful setup, and it's like it's got good airflow as well. Like there's often loads of people in there, and somehow it's never stuffy. Like I've been there a few times now, and I've really actually found it really comfortable. It's got a fully licensed bar, like as a venue
Just
for
look at it.
wargaming.
Yeah.
I can't speak more highly of it.
It's just the best. I love playing there. Staff are always great, you know. As you said, bar. That's let's just have a good weekend, you know.
How often? Like, what other? Obviously, 40K and all that are played in it. Like, is it pretty much packed? Is it hard to get in there? Like for this tournament type size that you guys are doing? Like it's booked out half the time, or
We got onto it so early. I think the week after Snake Eyes last year, we contacted them and said, "Hey, this is the weekend for next year. This is what we're doing." So we locked that in and then forgot about it. But like, just in terms of like event spread, the good thing is it's getting harder and harder to do. Right? Like there are more and more events, and so it's like we want to be after ARC, which is the 1-2 day that runs here in Melbourne, and then like significantly after that, so that it's not too tight. But then we didn't want to be too close to Castle. Because that's a big one that everyone travels for.
We did actually double book with a New South Wales event, I believe. But they're very great.
Us, but yeah.
the controversy?
They very graciously moved their event, so that's good to them.
Good boys.
I think they're a bit more flexible.
Yes.
You're right. Like, I mean,
a year in advance.
Yeah, exactly. You've booked it that far. Plus, I mean, geez, they could move it on any weekend and they'd still fill up their one. So it's probably not that big a deal.
Sydney's so lucky. The scene's so busy.
Well, that's what I was saying to you, wasn't it, Danny, last week when we were having a chat? I was just like, people just got to get over it because it's going to happen. Hopefully it happens more often because that means there's more tournaments. So,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously yours is a premier event. There's going to be others. You probably do want to, but if you're talking about a one, or actually, hang on, which one did you clash with? Was that their 2-dayer? It probably was.
It was a 2-dayer.
Yeah,
it was their big
yeah.
2-dayer.
Yeah.
We'd announced our
That's their
save
first
date,
2-dayer
and
as
a
well,
couple
I
of
think.
weeks later, they said, 2-dayer, this date. I'm like,
Yeah, so that's now been moved to mid-July.
Probably just want to say now because this is live, right? So we're actually playing another in 2 weeks, another one-day event on the 21st of March. If anyone's in Melbourne listening wants to come down and play 3 games, 2,000 points, just like Gaming Arena as well.
Awesome. No, I didn't even know that. Cool.
sneaky self-plug there, Lucky.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
No,
that's up on Old World Rankings already, Lockie, is it? Or?
Oh, I don't know. It's on Facebook.
It is. It's listed.
I went to add Danny.
Oh, is it?
Danny set up stuff, and I went to add Lockie into Old World Rankings. I went, he doesn't even have a user. All good. Dude, it's fine. Cool. Anything you want to cover with that? Day's probably, nothing crazy about the day.
So with the pairings takes 15 minutes or so. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that how
We allow 15 minutes
So,
for it, yeah.
so there's a slight change from last year. The boys had it 3 hours for a round, and that included the pairing time and the game. But we've moved it, so I think 2.5 hours is plenty to play a 2,000-point game. Like, let's be honest, play reasonably quickly, guys. Come on.
Yep.
But you do need about 15 minutes or so to do the pairings, and they're in teams of 4, so like 15 minutes should be plenty.
Yeah.
That's my thinking at least. So.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. Like, I think it wasn't first year, I guess, but last year was probably people still knowing, and then now it's settled down a bit, I think.
I love the what to bring. You've got deodorant on there.
Oh, definitely. Come on, it's important.
That is so good.
No, you're
And don't bring your teammates. Don't leave them at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I like that one too.
Objective markers, including a baggage train. I like it. Yep, cool. Are you doing any baggage train sort of best painted stuff, or?
I did sneak in a little prize. There will be a little prize for the coolest baggage train. It doesn't have to be the best painted, but
What about like
coolest,
the tallest baggage
we'll
train?
figure that out.
Yeah, like ones that...
Well, if it's cool.
like you.
That's an arms race we don't want to start.
Okay. Heaviest? No. Anyway, I'll keep going. Yeah. Team captains. Anything you got? I mean, I'm just scrolling through, guys. So you guys stop.
No, that's all good. I reckon the comp's going to be the juicy one here.
Yeah. Just before we hit comp though, I'm just going to jump in with, because we scrolled past it. But just the team captains thing. Like if you're thinking of chucking your team in, or you are on a team, or you are captaining a team, you get first of all you get a cool captain's hat, which is really useful to identify the captains. The captain role is not just like, oh, you're the captain, cool, high five. It's actually really important. You're the contact with the TO. Like if there's any issues with your team's games, you're responsible for it. You're responsible for your team finishing the games on time. You're the one that can talk to your teammates at the table and give them advice on how to play or whatever, which other people in the team aren't allowed to do.
Okay.
You're
going for
you're the port of call for everything. So yeah, bit of responsibility, but you do get a sweet captain's hat. So.
Nice.
Cool. I love it. So I didn't realize that. I thought that might have just been more of like a, WTC type thing, but pretty much okay. I like that.
We had a few comments about the what to bring stuff. Apparently, Gaming Arena has deodorant.
That's good to know.
Some good feedback. Finally, event tellies we need to bring our own objectives of baggage trains. And also a question: does the airport point actually have a story behind it, or not? Did anyone actually leave their teammates at the airport?
Not sure, but we just don't want to see it. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Look after your mates.
Team spirit. All right, shall we hit the comments?
Depending on how good your team play or not, can you leave them in Melbourne when you go to the airport? Are you allowed to do that?
Yes. Yeah, that's allowed.
Okay,
You
cool.
can do that. Okay.
Yeah. Army comp then, yeah. So how have you broken the game? This is cool.
Yeah. This is a big big one.
Forever.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to probably preface this, our objective for this, for comp was obviously it's very tricky to get everything right with such a complex game with so many different armies, and it's very hard to make everyone happy because I think, if you comp things too lightly, then, people will come up after the event and be like, oh, I'm not happy because I, played against XYZ and I felt it was too powerful and there was nothing I could do. And if you go the other way, and you go too hard, then people are like, oh, I can't take the things that I want, things like that. So
it's very hard to get it right.
Definitely. And I think the philosophy for this for me was take the edges off the hardest stuff in the game. We don't want to see double dragons and double behemoths and things like that, which the most efficient things. So we don't want to see that. And we also didn't want to make too many in-game changes. So when you rock up to the table, everyone should kind of know what your stuff does. There shouldn't be any erratas or things like that where a unit is actually changed their profile or whatever. So that was kind of the philosophy in terms of, or the mission statement about what we're trying to do. Danny, do you want to add to that? Any at all?
Yeah, well, I feel like it's a different beast because, and it's the same with any tournament that has any sort of format or comp. Everything comes into the final, works out to the final product. People will immediately read this and say, "Oh, this," and think of the armies that they can build and say, "This is what I like or don't like about it," or "This is too strong," or "This isn't. This is too weak," or whatever. But a big point that a lot of people I don't think consider at first with this as a whole is that it's a teams event, and so it's not. It's not. Armies are different in teams. That you have roles, you have attackers, you have blockers. There's a whole lot of strategy to playing Warhammer as a team. That means that it's not, the matchups will be different. You have control over the pairings to a degree. There's a whole lot more complexity that means that things aren't, I think generally means that things aren't as what's the word, offensive or like awful to play against necessarily, because hopefully you've designed your team in a way that you've covered a few bases, and then you can arrange your matchups so that you know that this army matching into that army is terrible, and you're sacrificing that so that you can have Army C matching into Army F, which is more favorable for you. So looking at it as a teams event, it's where the real juice is, for sure.
Just, I mean, from your experience from last year and stuff, does that mean comp is less or more important in teams?
I think less.
Okay. Cool.
I can hear an echo.
Yeah. I didn't hear it coming through.
Like he's doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, his headphones are run out.
Went flat.
Not sure I can mute him.
Happens to all of us.
Hang on. Maybe. Did that work?
Yeah, you did it.
That's
You
good.
did it.
Fix
He's
it.
done it.
I've muted you and then he fixed himself. Yeah. Okay, cool. So do you want to run
Yeah,
through?
I think slightly less. Go on.
I was going to say, sorry. Yeah, you go. Just run through where you're up to.
Yeah, I just think it's slightly less impactful. Yeah, that's all right, Lucky. But yeah, that's what I think people need to think about in the rules. But all in the comp. But also, I think I want to just touch on something you brought up earlier, Lucky. You said it's very, and Josh, you echoed an agreement. It's very difficult to get right, and I would push back very hard on that and say there is no right. It's impossible to get right.
No, that's right.
And like we're in a community of people who love to whinge about rules. So.
Right is everyone being happy, and not
it's a
everyone's going to be
spectrum.
happy.
Yeah.
But this is the event that we want to run, and we're the ones
Yep.
doing all the work for it. So
That's the best way to approach. Yeah, you
100%.
design it how you'd want to play it.
100%.
Absolutely. You don't play it design it for anyone else. I agree.
Yep.
And just
Absolutely.
ignore all the feedback, because if you get bad, like people in the build up are like, oh, but you don't even engage with it, guys. Just like whatever.
Yeah,
can
they're either
complain
not
about
going to
it.
come
They'll
anyway,
and
or
play,
they're coming, and
or
they're
they
probably
won't
not
come.
whinging
That's
about it
fine.
anyway.
Whatever.
So.
I mean,
I've deleted all the chats where all the drama is. I just don't want to hear. I just don't want to read it. Thanks for your
people just
feedback.
like to
See
talk
you
about
later.
it, though, I think. Because people like to just engage and talk about it, and that's fine. But also, nothing anyone says is going to make us change the players back. Like it's out now.
Yeah.
This is the event that's going to be run.
Once it's
So-
been
Yeah,
published,
yeah.
yeah, you've got to leave it. I agree.
That's right. Probably just want to touch on, so Danny, last year you guys ran it slightly differently. So I think this year we have comped it a little bit harder than last year. But
Really?
one of the key differences last year that there was a pool of magic levels that an army could, that your team could have. So I think there was 8 levels of magic across the 3 teams that you could go for. And I think obviously with the 1.5 changes, to wizard levels, we felt that wasn't needed. We also got some feedback last year, and I think it was fine. Like obviously from last year, but it made us think for this year that when you do that, when you put caps on wizard levels, then that forces people into certain armies, like the low magic tomb kings or warriors or dwarves or things like that. So we steered away from the wizard level caps this year.
Yeah, I don't think it's not required. What about the flying restriction? Was that last year as well, or is that new for this year?
That's been part of Snake Eyes comp since day one. I see some people in the chat talking about the flying restriction. It's just one of those things. It's really
like
strong.
Aussie comp, lol.
It's funny. Funny you should say that. One of the dwellers is that old egg Chris Cousins. So there's definitely influence,
right? Yeah.
Coincidence.
And it's
No,
not exactly Aussie comp. There's a lot from Aussie comp, but it's not and because also the truth is there's not a new version of Aussie comp at the moment. Chris has been fiddling around with a version of it, but he hasn't published anything. And there's a few things here that I'm not sure that he'd take into his Aussie comp. But Danny and I, I think we took the best ideas from Aussie comp, and then we added a few of our own. Particularly, things like undead cannot take battle standard bearers. Like we knew that, we've got some, broad ranging comp here. Vampires are by far the best army at the moment after Cathay nerfs, and we weren't convinced that all of the restrictions hit vampires enough, and so we wanted to just do something simple, elegant, but that would hit them a little bit, and that's why we took out
to be fair, I think it's still quite a light touch on vamps, but we'll see how it goes.
I think it's quite significant. Interested to see how it goes on the table. I reckon that reroll, particularly for rezzing units, was they're only leadership 8. Like if you're trying to res up, a unit of Blood Knights or the Grave Guard, and you miss a couple of leadership 8s, like that's going to be pretty catastrophic. I think people forget that
really plays into it.
Yeah. I mean, they're still very strong. Like, don't get me wrong, but I reckon the people who I've seen giving feedback are underselling how impactful it is.
Yeah, and Oldhammer, obviously, John's just saying no BSB is very significant. Oldhammer coined it. Do you think? Just a question about that, and John can probably answer this too. Like, is it not so much the BS? Like, should we change this and just get rid of the Herald's rule and stuff that allows them to do that, and just make them normal BSBs? Which obviously then they don't do anything, but they can still then have magic banners. But you know what I mean? Like, with that, is the issue the reroll or is the issue the banner?
It's a way that without changing, I think, like you were talking about this earlier, Lachie, like it's a good way to do it without changing actual rules that people need to read. Like, we're not changing any of the rules of the game. We're not saying that you can't give an upgrade to a unit. It's just a blanket
just taking out that option. Yeah. No, fair enough.
Yeah, 100%.
It's the reroll and the reduced crumble. Yeah, that's true. They do have that. What's it called? Indomitable and whatever the hell it is in Vamps. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and one I'm interested in. What I'm interested in on this one is one of Lockie's homegrown comp dot points is the one down the bottom there.
The 1 Behemoth or the
Behemoth?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can't just spam your double dragons and stuff. They've got to be different.
Yeah, so it's unique. So you can't have like 2 Necrosphinxes, but you could have a Necrosphinx and a War Sphinx or something like that. It's just, okay. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, and like obviously with the character limits and the flyer limits, you can't have double dragon or anything anyway. So like people aren't really losing that, but it's just to avoid people taking the most efficient monster or whatever, and just like taking 2 of them because they're really efficient. And same with war machines. You can't have double doom divers or triple Cathay cannons or things that are doing the best. You can have actually. Danny, you have to correct me for Empire artillery. I can't remember which, but take a Hellblaster and take a cannon or a couple of cannons, and you call it a day. Like don't have to take 6 cannons or whatever, right?
Yeah. Get rid of dissuade spam.
That's right. Be a bit more creative in your lists,
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out. We'll see what people can sneak in.
Now we did have a question further back.
Yeah, there's a big elephant we haven't touched yet.
Talking about, yes. Where is it? I can't find it. From Alex. I think it's Alex anyway. Renegade Pack?
Yeah, Renegade Pack. Renegades
was vetoed by Danny, which I'm going to let him explain why, but I quite like the Renegade Pack.
Explain.
So.
I'm happy to.
Fuck that.
Fuck
off. How do I hang him up? No, just kidding.
Very happy to talk about it. Because I don't want to be a rude person on the internet. I think I'm very strongly on the side of Renegades being a great thing that someone's put a whole lot of work into. Excellent, but I think that it's going to create more issues than it solves, in that people might turn up to the audience for this event is everyone in the community, not just everyone that watches Square Based and subscribes to the way they want to play the game. So I want people to come to the event and know the army that they're playing against or they're playing with, and not have any of those like, oh, this is actually what my army does, or where do I find those rules? In a fan fiction that someone wrote last year. And who wrote it? Some guy. So all the rules that we're playing, and it's sort of the same with the philosophy on the comp that Lachie was talking about, where like, I don't want to change in-game rules. The rules. We just play with them. We just comp them.
And I think if to your point, Danny, I reckon if we were using renegades, you probably go a bit lighter on some of the other restrictions. So again, the event that I'm kind of helping run in a couple of weeks at Gaming Arena is using Renegades pack, but we're only doing the 33% character limit. Or not doing any of the other things. I think once you start layering too much, then like it just becomes a bit unmanageable for people.
What's the
I'm
33%
really
thing?
surprised because I feel like most of the events in Australia have run Renegades for some time now, and if anything, I think people are so used to it that running it without Renegades is actually going to be more unfamiliar than the reverse.
Yeah, I think it's like percentage-wise, more people run Renegades than not. That's for sure. But like, us,
I would also
want,
would say I don't have the stats on this, like we didn't record it or anything, but I think probably the team's format and the size of the event that we had meant that Snake Eyes had the most new players in any event in Australia. Because people are bringing their mates, or people like, like the team format is a really friendly, welcoming way to get into it because you have a team. You're not just there playing a bunch of strangers by yourself. You know, you've got friends around you. So a lot of new players also means that, like, I still think that making someone be across an entire, like, however many Renegade factions there are, 6 or something.
6.
Something like that. I'm not sure. Like differences in the rules for those 6 armies that they just didn't know existed because they're not in the in group, they're not in the cool community or whatever. Like I don't think that's something I want to engage with just yet.
There's a few people supporting you, ASB and Mark. I just think I mean I don't know. I'm probably Renegades pro, but only from the point of view I think if we don't have something like that, we will not see those armies. I
didn't see.
Yeah, I mean, Games Workshop did also say Warhammer Fantasy is dead. We're never bringing it back. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. Look at us now. You know, so like.
Oh yeah. No,
Ogres,
if they
Elves,
bring it back, then it's fine.
Back.
But I'm saying if that's out of the works, then over time they'll be gone, which is a bit sad. But again, we'll wait for
totally.
We'll wait for the Lords up in Nottingham to decree when we're allowed to use them, I guess.
Leon, I'm still surprised I didn't see any legacies at the Battle March event that I ran.
Yeah, well, I mean that's probably more to Danny's point too. Obviously, you said there was a fair few sort of new people too. Like they don't pick up. They probably just would play mainly what's in the book, and so they by that definition.
Yeah, and the stuff that's readily available to buy as well in terms of models.
Yeah, exactly. You know? So does it really matter? I mean, it matters for the people playing the legacy ones, but at the end of the day. Look, sorry, it wasn't our fault type thing. You know, we didn't make that decision. But even though I'm saying I'm probably pro Renegades, but I totally get the idea. Like that, it is what it is. So.
Can you highlight that comment from BenFels5 9664? Bring it up for everyone to see. Just on that, there's the little dot point in the pack that if you and the team and us TOs agree, you can do the pairings however you want. That's you know, because a bit of feedback we had last year was that people just playing like not to try and win or whatever, they're just finishing rounds 4 and 5, trying to have a good tournament. Middle tables, bottom tables, wherever. They were like, this pairing stuff, like it's a complex thing that I don't really want to engage with, and felt like they had to, and you don't have to. Like we've made that clear in the pack. Like if you and the other team want to roll dice to see who pairs into who, or like arm wrestle. Or just whatever you can totally do that. Like,
can you arm swap?
Yes, there's going to be people. There's going to be teams there that are trying to angle shoot every bit of the comp or whatever. But also, there's going to be so many teams there that just want to have a blast, have a great.
Is there? I mean, not to get controversial, but like if one team goes in and says, "Oh, we want to pair," do you then have to pair? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. So both teams and the TOs have to say, "Yeah, this is fine." Collusion, big no.
That's right. We're probably not going to agree to it like on the top tables in the last couple of rounds, but you know, like for the teams who are out of contention, that's totally fine. Just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, whatever makes the event more enjoyable.
I just wanted to touch on one final thing before we finish on comp, but that's just the only single magic items and only one extremely common item as well. So you can't have multiple extremely common items, not only across all of your teams, but only one. You can only have like one troll hide trousers in your entire army, for example, or you can only have
across the whole
one.
team too. So therefore, like a
Yeah,
Chaos Dwarf.
And the whole
not
team,
switched
yeah.
at all.
I might have missed that.
One
Cool,
sort of
I like
might.
it.
One
But
sort of
you can have it's extremely common. The benefit of that is that you can have an extremely common arcane item as well as a normal arcane item. That's probably the one.
Yeah,
thing.
that
So
still
it's-
doesn't. Okay, yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
still a
right.
thing, but you can't stack it multiple on the same character, and you can't have it across the team.
Across the
all
same
at
team.
once.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and obviously for those who didn't hear it, if they're listening to it, it's also like if they're not watching and they're listening, it's 1/3 characters max and 1/3 spent on fly and ethereal. I know you guys talked about the fly cap, but I don't know if we mentioned what it was, so to
The
speak.
numbers, yeah.
No, all good. Yeah,
And then obviously
anyone
unit
who,
caps at unit strength 40 or 25. Is that what it means? Unit strength 40 or 25% total points type
Yes.
thing. Like that's the cap. Yeah. Of any point. Okay, cool.
And I do need to update it as well. It's brought to my attention today that it doesn't have the rule of 3 or 6 for core, which that
Okay.
should obviously be in there. Don't take
Yeah, okay.
20 razor gores or whatever.
Yeah.
Because obviously
Yeah, that's right. We kind of just assumed
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair.
match play guide rules, and we didn't actually put them in the comments.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into that. Your scenarios are pretty much
Yeah.
out of that sort of books, aren't they? Almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to go
Is
down
there
to the
anything in-
scenarios?
Yeah, they don't know if there's anything in that. Really.
Nah, not
And
really.
then we go into scenarios. Yeah, so that is right. Yep.
Yeah, so last year, Danny, you guys didn't use scenarios, and obviously because I think it was run just before the match play guide came out.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the
Of
scenario,
course.
the secondaries, and I feel like they add a lot to the game, particularly baggage trains, but as well as some of the other kind of objectives. So I'm, really keen to have them, but also I know that there is a big mental load, particularly for, Danny was talking about new players. So we didn't want too many, like every game being a scenario. So we kind of came up with a good idea. Sam Morgan from Dwellers came up with this idea to have 2 out of the 4 tables for each round using a certain secondary objective. So in round 1, for example, you guys pair up. You've got 4 tables that you've got to do the pairing process on. The TO will roll a dice. So we roll a 2. So will be King of the Hill using baggage train and breakpoint. So tables 1 and 2 will use that scenario, and then tables 3 and 4 will use just like basic Upon the Field of Glory with no additional secondaries. So that allows new players to kind of be paired up if they want on a scenario, on a table that doesn't have a secondary, but also add some really interesting things to the matchups, because if you have got 1 or 2 really good armies on King of the Hill, you obviously want to be kind of placing them on tables 1 and 2 when that's kind of played. And it also means that not every single army needs to be geared heavily towards the secondaries if you don't want to. If you know that you're not going to pair people on those secondaries.
Did you guys alter the baggage train rules, or you just kept it as per the FAQ?
Yeah, it will be. It needs to be altered. Yeah, probably as well.
Yeah.
There's the problem when when you're going through all this, you have to clarify every single type of interaction. Of course, we think that. Well, I think
it's the give me.
Discuss with Danny.
Yeah.
But obviously it needs to be treated as open ground for cannonballs and things like that. That's the main interaction, right? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Hiding
Pretty
behind.
fair.
Seeing shit.
Yeah,
so you
through it,
can't
get
hide
through
behind. Yeah. Shoot
No,
through
it's
it, can't charge through it.
That's right. No, that'll be in place, and we'll probably just need to update that at some point.
Yeah,
but use your brains, guys. To the players.
Yeah. Nice.
Anything else you want to touch on there, Danny? any questions from boys?
No, but I did want to live on air say, Gomo, when is the feature of FAQ coming to Old World Rankings? I want the players registered to my event on Old World Rankings to be able to ask questions and for me to answer them, and for that to be recorded in a document.
Well, it's going to be actually a little thread on there that you could, talk to them and stuff.
Yes, he's doing it. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Josh,
let's move on.
Josh was asking for that. Yeah.
Yep. Well,
But are you saying like,
Somehow.
okay, well, we won't get into that. Yes, well, we can talk about that. 50 things, and hence, people, that's why there's no arcane journal for Empire. They're ripping into me there on the passively aggressive in the chat. Yeah. That.
Gomo, we could, if you just pull up the PDF, Gomo, we could do an Empire Arcane Journal review right now and just really get under ASB's nerves.
Should do that. Sorry.
Have you guys got a living FAQ similar to what the Western Sydney guys do?
No.
We've run one event. And the rules have changed significantly since that event. So.
Okay. Yeah,
it makes it, as I just said, it makes it really hard when there's so many different rules interactions, right? And you need to clarify everything. Yeah. But maybe we'll have a little FAQ document or something. There's been a couple of questions asked on the Facebook page already, so.
Yeah. Well, we'll chuck them in a document and chuck it into the oldworldrankings.com files documents
the
section.
FAQ section, which I think. Oh no, it wasn't me. Someone else. Yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, this is. And as soon as I saw this, I went, "Oh crap! It's broken the battle board." But anyway, I'll sort it out. For some reason, I always thought like scenarios would be played all at the same time, but then Daddy's going, "No."
That's okay. That's okay. By the time the event happens, it'll be fixed.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, what you do is just put that in the text, and you put a funny picture in the image, and just let it, just let people have fun. It's pretty easy. Anyway, the big thing, pairings process. Well, that's what you talked about. Do you want to quickly? Well, I know it's a whole page here, but maybe it's easy just to talk through it because I had questions on it being an even number. I was a bit confused how you do it. It seems to work better with odd numbers, but usually, this is a little different.
Yeah, do you want to take this, Danny?
Yeah. Please play this. I have no idea.
It's honestly not as hard as it
diagram tool. No.
There's a lot of text here, and I'm really feeling intimidated. So please make it simple for me. Please tell me how.
I did an infographic about this last year, which I will do again.
A diagram. That's a good idea.
Diagrams makes it so much simpler to understand.
Some arrows. Arrows going everywhere.
This is a step in the right direction. Lachie is diagram, arrows, shapes, everything. That'll be coming out soon, just to clarify stuff with people. But you don't need to read the practical example on the right. The pairings process is this column on the left. It's someone's already got a headache.
What the hell is that pairing process?
Yeah, and I think me reading this out is not going to make it any clearer for anyone. I will.
We don't need to read it out, but like, so
you just want to just explain us how the pairing works.
But basically, secretly, each team at the start of the round basically puts out. They'll have 4 cards, right, for each of their armies, and they'll put out a card, an army face down, and then they'll reveal it simultaneously. And then whoever wins a roll-off will get to choose what table they go on to, and the other one will pick another table. Then each team, so say I'm the captain, Danny's the other captain. Danny has a defender. I will put 2 of my armies face down, and Danny will do the same for my defender. And then simultaneously they flip, and so there'll be 2 armies that I get to choose that my defender gets to plays from. Basically, I veto one, and then I'll play the other one. And Danny will do the same, and then the armies that are rejected basically go to one of the teams that one of the armies that wasn't selected. So it's actually a really quick process. It's really just one draw and one pairing process, because then it kind of automatically happens. Like, as you see, steps 3 and 4 are really quick. They just kind of happen.
Yeah, sweet.
I think
basically it's the diagram will help a lot, or maybe a short video I'll do or something with the cards, because that helps a lot. Like, you just got the physical things to show how it goes. But it's happens can happen quite quickly. And there's just a few moving parts. You've got the armies that you have in your team, the armies the other person has, and then also the tables. And so you're trying to juggle these 3 things to arrange and sort of guess which 2 armies that the opponent might have put out face down, so that you can put out the right ones, just to arrange the right matchups on the right tables. This is the wrong format to be explaining
Yeah, it's
as well as an infographic. I'll do a little video. And
Yes, please do.
Nice.
'Cause, I'm none the wiser. But yeah, an infographic would be
the
great.
takeaway from that for anyone listening or watching this back is don't worry about the pairings. Don't worry about this. If you want to come and play Warhammer on a team, you can do it. It's going to be fun. Pairings,
Get your captain to figure it out.
That's it.
pairings will be
well, I think so.
That's probably
only
the thing that
I was
scares
a
when
bit
you play
confused
the most.
about,
It's that.
and maybe Lachie got it right or wrong. I'm not sure. Is that section 2? It's
That
almost like
funny
you
thing.
do your attacking armies, but then the last one gets assigned out to a table. Is that right? Is that what it is? Like, what's this?
Wait, what?
Allocate their reserve army to one of the 2 remaining tables.
Go on, don't dig into it.
So
Just wait for the flowchart. It's all right.
yeah, wait for the flowchart. No, so one of your armies is a defender, 2 is an attacker, and then your 4th army is the army in reserve, and then
Yeah,
that
just
army
feel
in
like the
reserve will
reserve
go
goes
to.
out on the other tables before you work out the defender ones, which go against the
I think
attackers.
the
Is
defenders
that right?
first. Come on.
Yeah,
Pop out a
defenders
defender.
goes up the top.
And then both teams will give you an option of 2 armies to play that. You block one. You say, I want this army to attack my defender on this table. And then you just repeat that for the other armies, and then you'll be left with one, which obviously goes.
Yeah. Which gets
I might just rewrite the whole thing, make it simple. Like
Just
not
throw it
change
into,
anything, but make it simpler. If that's the feedback,
Put it into an
that we're getting,
AI
that
and
it's-
tell it to
I was going to
simplify
say
it
that.
for
I
you.
just was trying
Yeah,
to grab
yeah.
it then and just put it into thingy and say, give me a diagram. So, yeah.
No, all good. Let's
I'll do it later.
yeah, don't play. Yeah, as Danny said, don't let this scare you off from playing. It's it'll take
I think once
15
you-
minutes.
yeah, it
It's
doesn't
minor, you know.
Once you know what it is, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Was that the last page? Was there another page after that?
I think there's a score. There's a
there's-
scoring. Probably. Oh yeah. No. So the next page is on about
Yeah, I think
scoring.
I'm still, yeah.
Are you still
People
on
rip me
this?
off, but I'm right. I'm
Move on.
right. I'm right.
Move on.
Fucking the
Give up.
reserve army goes down on the tables before you determine the other 2. So,
Yeah, that's
The
how
remaining
it
table, the
works.
last table, isn't it?
yeah. So it's a bit different.
So
to normal.
probably very quickly on the VP differentials. We made it a little bit bigger, the differentials from the 17-3 bracket onwards, up to 20-0 this year than it was last year. It was very minor. Like every tournament uses a slightly different scoring kind of system, but that's just to make the 20-0s or the 19-1s a little bit harder to get. The main thing that I want to touch on here is, though, for anyone who hasn't played in a team tournament, is normally you have obviously 4 games, so you've got a max of 80 battle points for the round on a 20-0 system. But to keep things a little bit closer in terms of the field, because obviously, like if you've got the first couple of rounds, you might have some pairings that are a little bit lopsided, so you can only go so there's a ceiling of 50 points and a floor of 30 points that you can get for as a team for the round.
Oh yeah, sweet.
So it kind of caps it.
awesome.
So it stops one team kind of running away too far with it.
Too far too early.
Yeah,
It's
too far
it's
too
not
early,
up
yeah.
At the end of the event, but yeah, it's just to stop a team getting an unassailable lead and then actually having not really play the last round or last 2 rounds. 'cause it's far in front.
Yeah.
And 50
Like-
points is
like a
equivalent of
draw.
what, like all 4 of your games winning 12 or 13 points, like 12-8 or 13-7. So like I think
and it
that,
sort of feels like you do. Was it the final result with the battle total? So teams total uncapped score being the first tiebreaker. So like, if there's a bunch of teams that are very good and they're capping, it still is important then to try and get
max
a
points.
large max points as well. Yeah. Which is cool.
Is
right?
Yeah, it's still probably unlikely that you go into tiebreakers still, but because there's also other categories, obviously, like Danny can talk about the hobby in a second, but hobby and sportsmanship, there's a lot of points involved there. Because I think the team that won battle points last year actually lost, right? Like lost the whole event.
Yeah,
in terms
yeah.
of rankings because of the
mean,
hobby and painting schools.
Yeah, this is
Actor.
Yeah. Pretty unacceptable. That was actually. I do want to touch on that again. This time
Did you have gummy bears in that army, or was this a different one?
No, worse. We really value all aspects of the hobby, like painting, sports, just being part of the community, and the gaming side of it. This is an overall. Like the overall winner is the actual winner of the event. And last year we were put in a really difficult situation where Actor turned up with an army that was so beyond okay. There were toy soldiers on like blue tacked to bases, and the completely wrong unit with toothpicks blue tacked to them, like ghouls or something that were meant to be ushabti with bows, toothpicks blue tacked onto them. It was horrendous, terrible to look at. A very strong army, very strong list, but just a horrible experience to play against that. And then also it's Actor, get your ass handed to you by that. So not what we want the hobby to be about at all. And we had in the pack, if you turn up with an army like that, you're DQ. Like you can't play the event. Your team's responsible for finding a replacement player and all of that. But Actor had flown down from Sydney, and someone's flown, paid for accommodation. Like, what do? You kick them out of the event. But
there's also mates in Nick Owen.
and he's friends with the TO. But basically, what I'm saying is, don't do that. For realsies, don't do that. Don't turn up with blue tack and gummy bears. It's this is the hobby side of it. Basically,
this time you're docking 20 points, basically, fully at least. If that doesn't happen.
Yeah. From your final cap score as well. So not just from the tiebreakers, from your final cap score. Basically means.
Yeah. Well. Yep.
If that happens, it won't happen. Last year the hobby was so good. This is a really relatively subjective, and all art and painting is pretty subjective. Metric or rubric rather of judging it, and I just do the best I can. I know a lot about painting.
I was going to say you don't know a lot, though, Danny. Yeah.
I look at a lot of models, and I have a lot of experience both.
Technical case.
And this is sort of roughly how I describe things. There was a few people last year that wanted to talk about why they got the scores that they got, which is totally fine. You can do that. Happy to talk to you about it and give you tips or tell you that you're amazing, because most of you are. But yeah, any questions on that from you?
I was going to say, well, technically, just again for people listening, there's technical skills out of 25, cohesiveness out of 25, so that's how it flows together. Theme, which is cool, out of 25, so that's just for the army. Because I'm scared.
Oh, this is also sorry. There's a thing about the prizes, which should be referenced here as well. It's team awards. So the only individual award is favorite opponent, or sportsmanship award, and favorite army, which is a player voted thing. They're the only two.
And baggage train.
Oh, and baggage train now. Yeah. So there's only 3 individual awards, but otherwise they're all team awards. So this cohesiveness, theme, creativity, and presentation.
Oh, so hang on. So technical. So I saw that with team presentation. So you're saying technical skill out of 25 is for the whole team?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
so
right.
I score each army and then average that.
Yep. Okay.
For the team score in these 4 categories, and then on top of that is the extra 10 points, because I think a couple of teams went a little dipped their toes into this last year, and it was really cool to see. And this is contributing to your final score. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So that's like if you dress up,
player and you win the event. Well, yeah, or just even teams that fit together thematically, or
okay. Oh, they could come as anything, like I don't know, minions.
Yeah, potentially.
That doesn't. Yeah.
But what am I trying to say here? Armies that are clearly part of a team, like your vampire counts and your Bretonians on the same team. They're not on the same team.
Oh, is that?
But
I thought that was more.
That
theme.
all contributes just to this team presentation thing. So or maybe you all get together over 4 weekends and paint new armies all together, all the same colors. Have heraldry across it's all 4 armies. This is
the same way or whatever. Yeah.
Very few people got any points in the team presentation last year. There was very few, only a couple. But they're the little extra spicy points that I really
Right,
like.
I didn't even read your thing. Yeah, team presentations, more the actual army. Yeah, that's interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
teams whose
I like
armies
that.
fit together as a cohesive whole.
Yeah.
Whether that's color palette, whether that's theme, whether that's like a joint display board, something like that. I don't know. Go nuts.
Give me some ideas there, but yeah, I like that. That's cool. Okay.
And then that's about it, isn't it?
I think so. There's some legality ruley things here, but I think
Don't be a dick.
that's-
is
prizes. What you just talked about, I think. So
This
first,
is all
second,
for
third,
Yes.
and then the war cabinet's
Partially.
the highest battle score, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
painting
that's right,
and sports. Yep.
So there's first, second, and third is
14.
combo. And then all the awards you would expect.
And cooling baggage train. Yeah, love it. Cool.
And then a
Awesome.
bunch of spot prizes. And the more, this is sort of, we've kind of estimated how many players we'll get. And this is what the stuff we can kind of afford with that. Obviously, the more players we get, the more cool stuff there'll be. I had a thought today, which I would love, and maybe it's controversial and maybe we should allocate funds differently. But I would love to find a hospitable venue nearby and use whatever funds remaining there might be for a big event. Just chuck it on the bar. Run a bar tab. If we get like 10 more teams, and that might be possible.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, nice.
So what's it actually capped at? Is that because I know on the site you've got 100 players sort of thing? Is that 20?
Gaming.
Is that how many teams can it do actually? How many tables is it there?
Gaming Arena can fit 100 players on. They've got 50
Wow.
tables, so they can actually fit more if we really wanted to. I don't think we'll get to 100, but they can. They've got capacity.
Yeah, no. What do we have? 42 last year? Is that right? 48,
Oh
42?
gosh,
Sure.
don't know.
In the 40s somewhere. 14 teams? I can't remember.
It's good turnout.
But anyway, it was a really good turnout. It was a really good event. And felt like sort of, I don't know, it'd be interesting. I think I'd get quite overwhelmed if we got any more than that. Might have to ring in some of the dwellers to help. But who knows?
Cancel their team. Yeah. Oh, you got enough to drag them out.
Again,
Yeah,
like
it would
the
work.
venue makes it easy for us, right? Like they've got the terrain, they've got the boards, like gone are the days. Like I don't know if anyone like listening to this went to some of the old 8th edition or AOS events that the dwellers ran, like that Nick ran mainly. You'd have to you'd go to a hotel or like some gaming store like in the city that was up multiple flights of stairs, and they had to lug 30 or 40 6x4s up those stairs, and all the terrain.
Rates of terrains into cars.
We're really lucky with Gaming Arena that we don't have to do anything like that. I just don't know if I'd be able to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And the plugging old world ranking software makes it even easier, reducing the workload on TOs.
100%. We love that.
Yeah, well, there's a few things I'm reading your pack going, okay, I need to get that
no
done.
more
I can't
Excel.
get that done, but yeah. No better.
You've got
but you need a
ages.
deadline. It's just like painting a miniature, painting an army. You need a deadline. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Oh, you do.
It's a really good point though. Like that's what I'm trying to do with that product is just make it easier to TO. Like I've joked that I want to make TOs extinct because, as in, you should be playing the game. Do you know what I mean? Like you guys should be able to play the game almost while you TO an event because you don't need to do anything else. So yeah.
Lachie and I have
Exactly.
both got early rising times tomorrow, so we probably got a dip. We're already past our bedtimes. Well and truly.
You are.
But I do want to talk about the Interstate Championship. That's a fun heading for something that doesn't necessarily exist yet, because we had only a couple of teams from Interstate last year. But by the looks of it, there's a couple already this year, and if Team Australia sends some teams in, so definitely, that's another potential for a trophy that gets passed around state to state. I know in the Infinity community they have a trophy called the Red K Cup, which is they take the scores from the top 3 players from each state that attended whatever event it is, and the winning state gets the Red K Cup. So we'd love to do that. Have something similar to that.
Cool.
Create some rivalry. See which state plays Warhammer the best. Everyone knows it's big.
That sounds good, man. Well, thanks so much for coming on, guys. And I guess if you are listening to this and you are, well, if you can make it to Melbourne, you can be anywhere really in the world. Sign up. It's all over on, just oldworldrankings.com and just search for Snake Eyes. It's not two. What's it called? More Makolki.
Snake Eyes. More mochi, more cakey.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
search for that on the homepage. It will come up. Yeah. I really appreciate it. Anything else you guys want to shout out, or we'll let you guys get off? I know one of you have a 4 a.m. start, I think, tomorrow.
Ooh.
Poor Danny.
That's early.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Now, thanks so much for having us on, boys, and hopefully any of you guys coming down. Obviously, Josh, you're
I
in
saw
Melbourne.
Josh registered in a team.
Yeah, I saw Josh registered, which makes me
just
very
today.
sad. It makes me very sad because I really thought there was going to be an Old World Fanatics team.
Oh, there still might be. We'll just see, I guess.
Well,
there's a chance.
Yeah,
there's still a chance I'm not in the country, but I'll know sooner rather than later, hopefully, and then I'll work it out. Then I will be down there. So.
And then, Josh,
awesome.
We will actually just automatically reassign you from your country. Another thing that I had a whole lot of... you know what? This is going to be the next Dwellers episode. It's going to be a very short episode. And once everyone's signed up and sign-ups are closed, registrations are closed, I'm going to do an episode ranking the team names. It's going to be lots of fun.
Nice.
And if you have if you have the best team name, you win a prize from me. I don't know what it is yet.
Oh, nice.
Cool. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming on, and we'll let you get going. But yes, for everyone else, please jump over there and support them, and get a team together. Sounds good. They're already up to
having us.
Whatever it is. So cool.
Enjoy the rest of the app. And someone tell me how I can sign up to the Patreon with a name that you read out that says, "Come to Snake Eyes. It's the best event."
Okay.
Someone tell me how to do that. Anyway, bye.
We're going to be a patron.
Patreon.
You
You got to sign a Patreon,
I'm
and
sure
then
one of
change
our
your username
patrons
to
will
whatever you
rename
like.
themselves to that.
I'll do
Yeah,
it.
I'm sure one of them will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Daddy.
Nah, he needs to sign up to do that.
Oh, that was awesome. Cool. Let me just stop sharing that. Yes. Yeah, I did see Josh. I saw the little registration come through. I went, and I thought, hang on, did you register a team? What the hell?
No. I'm on a team.
That's
with at least one other.
Busy.
So yeah. Because Matt Klein is a Patreon, so I'm on his team. Ben Hallett, who I think listens.
He does. Yeah.
And then Jay Golding. So that's a team running with.
It's a pretty good team.
Nice.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm just going to run
change the name of it or something. What's it called? What's your team name?
Well, it's to be
secret if you don't want to give it away because of the price.
But it's as of now, it's the Order of Questionable Chivalry. Because we're going different night themed armies of different factions.
Oh,
wow!
At the moment, it's Bretonia, High Elves, Vampire Counts, and maybe Renegade Crowns. So the fourth one's to be confirmed. But it's just like as it goes down the list, it becomes less and less appropriate for knights. But anyway, we'll have some fun with the theme.
Oh, man, that's good.
But I'll probably be running Errantry Knight because
I was going to say, were you going to do anything new for your Bretts for that, or are you just taking the Bretts? Or
so the less I need to do, the better.
Okay.
You're preoccupied.
Tell me everything. Okay, fair enough. I understand. Yeah. I'm
not going to be.
Hobby is. Yeah.
No, I mean I've got lots of hobby on them.
Been really good.
Like
yes,
I am in about
you've been hobbying.
In about half an hour or 20 minutes, half an hour. Once I've done the shout outs, the questions, and we get to a hobby, I'm going to be like, look at what I've been up to. You'll be like,
I can't wait. You're taking my hobby, which is I haven't really very sad. Hopefully I'll finish my 6 figures I need to finish before the weekend. So. They do have some paint on them now.
Oh, right. Because you guys, is it this weekend? You guys are going to Fatal Fall?
Yeah.
This weekend?
Yeah.
And, I haven't even played my army yet. I'm trying to get a game in. Otherwise, I'm going to be all over the shop.
Is there any vampire counts? The non-BSB vampire counts?
Yeah.
Exciting.
Guys. Yeah, I had one.
Anyway,
do you want me to just quickly do shout outs for patrons?
I'm actually really stunned that they're just like, no, not running it. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, the Renegades. Oh, that was controversial. And all these...
I think it's controversial. Yeah, I can't believe it.
I like it. I like Renegades. Yeah. No, I mean, again, I've said this before. Nothing would stop me going to an event. It doesn't bother me. I'd still rock up. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
The Renegades just better. I just feel
it's
sorry
necessary
for the other armies. Otherwise, they got no chance. They won't be there. So.
Well, I reckon you will hardly see any legacy at Snake Eyes.
Yeah, you might see some vamp still, but I mean, obviously with that coming down, you probably not. But you will. But
yeah. Well, I guess one of my team is going to be vamp
down.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. That's the only one that would stay. Otherwise, yeah. It is what it is. It'd be interesting. Yeah. Anyway, that's a different discussion, I guess. Cool. I will give the patrons a quick shout out.
Hold on. So Mark's going, I think it's 100% the right choice for teams currently. Danny got it right. Is teams different to singles? Like,
I don't reckon. It makes it worse.
Is there any difference, really? Like, if you're trying to encourage new players to come, isn't it really just you're just playing games? Really? Yeah. I don't know. Or is team seen as a more competitive event environment? In which case, that's why you don't run Renegades. In which case, isn't that more,
But why? Like, I mean,
new players to get involved in. Like, if you're trying to keep it open to new players, you also kind of want casual. I don't know. You can't have it both ways, I feel. Anyway, let's do the shout outs. Let's do the shout outs.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to fight today.
Yeah, but I mean, Mark's saying Renegades isn't tested, but neither is the rest of it. So, come on.
Yeah, the rest of it's not tested.
Come on.
Mark, what are you talking about? Tested.
Come on, Mark.
Tested.
You just
was never tested.
Plastic boxes out for us that we need by the end of the year. Love it. Okay, I will give these shout outs to our awesome patrons. Our newest, Zeffel, signed up, I think, today or yesterday, which is thank you very much. There's Sexy Dan Hobby Horse, Mark Hewitts, Shabismus, Ambler Doom, Western Sydney Wargamers Feud Owner, Vinny, Cathay Balloon Man, I can never remember what this is, 115, King Pash the Mustache Rash, Tom Pickard, not Matt Jess Tours, Adam Lamb, the Orange Juice Up, Beastman AIDS. I don't know what Matty's on about that. 5 7. It's not ripping me off because I got to play him. Peter Holman, Mark Langley, Matt Hinton, the old
I think you had that last week, I think.
He did, yeah. Sporadic Sanity, Mark.
I wasn't here last week.
Grant Vanderbosch, Chris Bowler, Druncomer Nate, Ben, Cam the Dentist, James McCullen, Liam Fallon, G, McBride, Flatwell Jedge, Sexy Jelly, Herod of the Old World, Keel Herd, Tommy Dogs, Matthew Klein, Perfidy, Griff, Jess Tours, Wood Duck, Josh Griffiths, Ninanum, Daniel Broadsack, Elliot Mitchum, Gilthos, Draconos, Diesel, Denny Gamer, page loading. Oh, how come Denny Gamer's on the second page? Maybe it didn't. I don't know. Robert Z, Bergsy's Alpha Pleasure Palace. Yeah. Empire Review when? I like it. That's and I can't read that, Bobby Gherkin.
Oh, what's all this Empire reviews up? We had a few jokes to that today.
I'm assuming it's
what's Bobby's one?
Bob the
Gherkins? Bob of the Gherkins. Yeah, in almost
I can't really read the
completely
font.
unintelligible font.
Which the non-Apple OGs and Fox and Todd Lloyd. He said, I think he shared it once. It was like a website. He just puts it in and then it comes up with some other random ones and then he pastes it in. But yeah. Anyway, cool. We got some questions, Josh, do we?
I need some question beers. I'll be back one second.
Yeah, go for it.
But go. I've still got my headset on.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay, cool. All right. Oh, damn it. I forgot the first question. Because John asked, what are all the dwellers up to these days? And I forgot to ask it while they're on there. Sorry, John. Sorry, I'm going to drop that one. I should have asked him. I shouldn't have even read it out. I should have just professionally left it sitting there and not actually read it out. Sorry, anyway. Sexy Dan Hobby Horse asks, I feel like you should answer this. What is your airbrush recommendation? The one you're using.
I like the Galari, only because of the cost. It's cheap, but it's also really good. But Galari Mobius, I think they're called. It's a pretty weird name, so maybe I'll put it on the show notes. Is that how you
Is that the one you're using?
Galari, something. Yeah, it's like they're Chinese, but I think they're made in China. But I mean, they probably all are.
Is that the one the Salt Merchant recommended?
Guys, I remembered his name. He might, but Stu from Miniature Realms used them as well. That's where I first.
What's a Galari? I'm pretty sure the Salt Merchant also recommended it.
He might have, yeah. because they're only about $100 and something, and then they
Team
but
all the
quality,
way. Come on.
Team, yeah. Because
Which
I mean,
one's that one?
everyone always talks about the I
Team.
can't remember what it's called, the CS, the Iwata CS whatever. Well, it's 3 times the cost, and I don't know. I've got it as well, and I really don't. I don't know. The Galari to me has more features and lasts just. I don't know. It's just as good. So that's what I'd recommend. Yeah.
I have gone completely off using the airbrush at all. I'm sick of it.
Ooh.
I'm just going completely back to Rattle Can, and I'm just like, this just takes too long. I can't even bother to deal with it. Can't bother to unpack it all, put it away, get it running, block, eventually get it running, block again. I was like, nah, I'm over it. So just
Fair
been
enough.
Rattle Canning for the last 2 months, 3 months.
It's
Depends what you're doing with it, I guess. But yeah, no, I mean, definitely, if you're getting it out, no, done. But yeah, I'd imagine I wouldn't get it
I
out.
just don't have a space to leave it out.
Yeah,
that's
mine
probably
just
never going to
is
be the
always
case.
out. So
yeah. Agreed.
I do have space for printers though, but we'll hit that later.
That might be in the pictures, because I did see one.
Okay, and here's a more serious question from Sean from Zenbox. At the 60-person Toy Soldier GT in the UK, the highest placed army with a dragon came 19th. 19th out of 60. What can be done to make dragons great again? What is he talking about?
Good point.
We spent
Well, it's probably
almost 2
true,
years
though.
complaining
Like,
about they were too powerful.
Yeah, well, I still think, like, even, Lachie made the comment, we don't want double dragons hanging around. I'm like, I don't, like, how many dragons were at Oldhammer the other month? Like, was it 2? 1? 2? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's still wyverns getting around, and then or wyverns, as Josh likes
Yeah,
to
but they've
say.
never
Or
been
you get
the issue. I think he's
the
talking about actual
manticores.
dragons.
Well, it's a point thing now because you can't put all your fruit on. You've only got that
In the
25% limit. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it does get a bit tight.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
I guess what he's alluding to is, with all the changes to infantry, why are we still? Are we in it? What do we need to be capping worrying about trying to nerf dragons when we've got? And on top of that, we've got Monster Hunter's Banner or whatever, Tapestry or whatever it's called. Like, I don't know. I'm sort of leaning a little bit. I don't know if he's assuming this, but I'm almost leaning a little bit more to maybe you got to take the cap off a bit to some of these things and say, hey, out of the book, not fully out of the book, but like if you cap some of the character stuff down, you don't have to worry too much about any other dragon issue. Even behemoths, like, come into my unit, you can't stomp it, you're gonna get killed. So
Yeah, I mean, you've got lots of beastman armies getting around with Boltides as well these days, so you got to be careful about that. There seems to be a lot of these sort of like anti-dragon builds, or maybe not just anti-dragon, but just like a few builds that can just really hurt those expensive models.
I'd almost argue though, like, like double high elves with full 1,000-point characters and being able to, like, with multi, wards and all that, they're the ones you can't kill with Voltide. Whereas if you throw a Necrosphinx or something, or I don't know, or something that you can just, that doesn't have as, well, it's got a ward, I guess. But, some of the other ones are a bit shittier, which is what happens when you comp the dragons out of the game. I don't know, it's just interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently there's quite a few dragons this weekend.
I'm taking one.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Saying.
Yeah.
We're just going to see how they go.
I wonder if it's from
I don't particularly think they need to be
last
adjusted.
mission, which is just go all insane and kill things. So it might be, maybe when you take off the other.
I would argue 19th is perfectly fine. Like, it's not like there's no dragons. The dragons are still there and they're mid-table. Like, is that a problem? I don't think that's a problem. And they, another tournament they might be in the top 5, or I think it's going to vary from tournament to tournament, and to some extent depending on the comp and the pack. But I think it's a healthy place for them to be.
Yeah, you're right. Like, you don't want, as long as if someone wants to bring a dragon, they shouldn't feel disadvantaged doing it. But at the same time, they shouldn't have to bring a dragon to compete. Yeah. And that's probably
it's a viable
where it
option,
is.
and that's all you want.
Yeah,
that's all you want.
Yeah, that's probably right. I don't know what happened to Andrew.
Yeah, I I don't know. He also, I thought I'd keep going with Zen Fox comments because in Patreon it was like, I don't remember you making this comment, Gomer. It must have been last week, but he said your comment that the last sword 3D sculpts are the best looking, but impractical was really resonating with me today as I was snapping halberd halves while trying to pull the supports off. I'm not going to buy them again.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's just because I don't use cheater box. And I'm I'm a wolf's bag. I'm like the reverse of you for airbrush stuff, you know, like I want to be able to like, I want the Lachie slices right in, pre-supported, print them, done. I don't want to touch it.
Like the pre-supports.
And unfortunately, when I get the last swords, they
even if
look
they come
the
with
best. And I fucking can't use them because I end up having to try convert them over to an STL. And then the size isn't totally right. So then the problem is when you rescale something that's got pre-supports, most of the time it's going to fuck up. And then... So then I hate last swords because of that. And I mean, he's like, even though I think they're the best looking, I reckon the best looking 3D sculpts pretty much out there, or one of them. They're so characterful. Yeah. Anyway. So I'm glad someone agrees. Thanks, Sean.
I'm not sure why they're snapping. Is it I don't know.
I think they're so good. Some of them are really detailed as well. So,
is it just they're too fine? Like they're not designed to be resilient and printed in.
And
resin?
maybe I don't know. Yeah. And if you've scaled it down, maybe the support's too thick on the end, and then it breaks it off, comes off with the support. I don't know.
Yeah. Fair enough. Sometimes the pre-supports are just too chunky, and then when you're pulling them off, if you're just ripping them off, which I tend to do.
With Highlands, you get used to it. You're just like. Because it's just perfect.
Yeah,
It's
great.
Off in one go.
I would not want to. If you want to painstakingly snip all the supports off each model, no, not happening. I'd rather do it digitally, put in proper, nice, fine supports, and do it, and then just print it and rip it off, rather than. Anyway, next question. Actually, with the 3D printing, by the way, I
saw Jay's question.
Oh yeah, I'm about to hit it. I found that I spent years like avoiding filtering my resin after prints and stuff, and would just last few months I've actually been filtering after every single print because I got this like tea strainer from Daiso that fits in the bottle, and then when I'm pouring the resin in, it actually just goes almost straight through, just because the grid is like just slightly wider than the coffee filter stuff that Elegoo sends. And it's also got a U shape, so it's got much more surface area for filtration, and like it's super quick. Since I've been doing that, like the fail prints I have is far less.
So you reckon you were getting some occasionally just because of?
I'm surprised actually, because I used to just like try to feel around and like, oh, is there anything? And you can never. Sometimes you feel it, and sometimes you just wouldn't. And I'm finding like 1 in 3 times there'll be a small fragment here or there in the tray, in the vat, and I'm like, oh god, I'm glad I filtered it. So I think it's worth doing. It's worth doing as long as you do it cleanly, but not going resin.
How often do you also? So we're going to 3D printing thing here. Do you also like run the what's it called? Man, I have not used my printer in a month. When you clean the fucking
the vat clean thing.
Yeah, like
with the exposure. Never done
What's it called? Oh, okay. You don't. Okay, because I do that a fair bit, and then I just peel it off, and then I find it just crystal clean.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Anyway, Miss Junk, she asks non-Warhammer question for Gomo. I'm learning bass, and I'm curious. Bass. We got fish on the brain. Learning bass, and I'm curious to know if the action is too low or high, or if I need to just work on my finger strength for fretting.
I mean, the problem is she's asking me a question about bass. And I don't bass.
Sorry. How she could know if the action is too high or low, I guess is the question.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's sounding like
do you actually play it, or is it just?
I don't play bass, but I mean, it'd be the same. It'll be sort of similar. I would, like, as a guitarist, I would probably say it's still up to most. Like, I think if you haven't played a lot, I would always assume it's probably your finger strength for a while. But I don't know. If I look at an acoustic or an electric, I'd usually tell that I wouldn't be happy playing on that action. But it's never. I mean, for those who don't know, action is how high or low the strings are. And some instruments you can adjust it, some you can't. But I think a lot of people end up blaming that when really, A, it's probably just a cheap instrument. You're not going to be able to do anything about it. Or, yeah, your finger strength isn't fine. Like, I very rarely I've ever thought about my guitars and go, oh, yeah, the action's not right. Like, it's just not a real thing. So I wonder if it's just, if you're learning out, I would always just probably think it's, especially on a bass. I'm just trying to think. I have played bass, but I'm like, I think if the strings are not buzzing when you're banging them, then it's not too low. So therefore, it's probably, I don't know, I'd say it's just practice. I'd assume it's finger strength. That's all I'd say. Do that for a bit, see how you go. Otherwise, send me a clip of how high it is and I'll let you know. I don't know. I'm just not a bass player, sorry, Miss Jay. So, yeah.
Okay.
Just making
I'm going to
assumptions.
change my headset.
Oh.
Having said that, I did get my guitar out the other day. I haven't been playing a little bit, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
Have we got? Do you want me to do one more, Josh?
Dying headsets. Yep, I've got the. Yep. So, John, last question. What are you topical? What are you most looking forward to seeing in Renegades, and why is it Dark Elves?
So is he talking about the Renegade, the V2 that Val's hopefully working on?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's talking about the version 2 Renegades that that's widely accepted and run by almost the entire community except for Snake Eyes. I'm not going to drop this. This is I'm actually really irritated that Danny refused.
Like, imagine if you were bringing like a legacy army that you didn't realize. You just assumed it was going to be that. Then you're like, fuck, what?
I think it's going to confuse a lot of players.
Are you telling Golding that? Because he's taking vamps?
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be aware. No,
yeah.
Surely.
He probably doesn't need it, right? Not with vamps. But I don't know. You guys go. I don't know.
I was going to say Skaven.
Yeah,
I like where Skaven's at, and I want vamps because I think vamps need to get taken down a peg, but in a way that they're going to be playable. Because at the moment, the no BSB thing, you're not really. I mean, even for Western Sydney, I'm sure it's like that everywhere else. You don't really see them getting taken like at all, where they used to be taken quite a bit. I think I'm the only one bringing vamps, and then I think last time they had no vamps, I believe. So yeah, it'd be good to see them fix it in a way we can still take them, and they're still semi-competitive, I suppose. I think they're still competitive, but I wouldn't say like the way that the Dwellers boys were sort of saying is like they're still like top tier, like they're still really good. I don't think they are that great currently. If you can't,
I think it depends if it's comp.
Get the reroll. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Oh, as in with the comp of no BSB.
Yeah, with the no BSB.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But are you
they're
saying
still playable?
You don't want then that brought into Renegades?
No, I just think they could tweak it. So, just put something out there. I like the idea of having a spell to raise personally. I think that's the best.
I can't see them. The vamps are a weird one. Hey, I can't see them changing the sort of undeady rules based because Tomb Kings are there and they're not going to touch that.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that would change, even though, yes, I agree with what you're talking about. Like, it should be a spell or not, but I don't know. Might be wrong.
I don't know. But that's where I'm at with that. It's just it seems it's this weird halfway point. It's like they're either super strong or they're just, I wouldn't say mediocre, but people just aren't taking them. And if people aren't taking armies, then for me I'm a bit worried. Like, you want to see that variety of armies. So there must be something wrong going on.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked lately in terms of the last month or so where they sit in terms of drop off or not. I'd have to look at that, but yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'm not against comp, but that is one of the issues when you have different comps. Like, it does move around, and it might not be.
Yeah,
that might be the reason why it's come down versus not and all that. Yeah,
and it's an easy fix. Like, it's just like an easy rule that it's like, oh, no BSB. So it's not like you're not coming in here with like, they're not changing too much. So yeah. I'm fine with
It's not
I'm
like
bringing
it's changing the
Vamps,
rules
yeah.
of resurrection or making
Yeah.
or changing your leadership value or anything like complicated. It's really just this is the comp. Can't take that. Which it's easy enough to run.
I feel like they've always been. I mean, Vamps have always been. Tomb Kings didn't really exist in 8th because they were shit. But like, I feel like Vamps are always those weird arms. Their undead's always a hard one, hey, because they break the rules so much. And like, in 8th, it was always the fucking zombie conga lines and shit. I fucking hate it. I always still hate playing against them. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, so I just one of those ones that it's so hard to balance that army, hey, because it's either really good or suddenly it turns into a piece of shit. And
it's just super reliable.
Yeah.
But
what about the others? Like, what are you looking for? Yeah, what would you? Because the others all need lifts, mows. Dark Elves are in that weird spot where maybe
Dark Elves can do quite well, depending on the specific builds. I feel
in Renegades right now. Take Renegades.
You're not seeing executions
and High
around.
Elves. Which ones are better?
Sorry. So what was the first?
The High Elves now. Or Dark Elves Renegades now. Like, if you actually had the same amount of armies out there, because I think Dark Elves are always a bit less because they're legacy. But if you had 50 Dark Elves playing in a tournament with 50 High Elves,
I wonder if the Dark Elves would tip them.
Maybe.
I think you're right. I think they would.
Like, take out comp. I'm saying, like, you can do double dragon whenever you have to, whatever.
Should we add the Wood Elves to that question as well?
Well,
I mean, I know
Dark
there's like
Elves
different
saying
elves.
infantry Dark Elves are way too expensive, so maybe.
Elf off.
Yeah, like I mean, the Wood Elves got a lot of their infantry dropped in price, and I wonder if High Elves and Dark Elves also need that. Because I agree, Matty. Like, Dark Elf lists that do well are all high mobility mountains. Like, they're not running, Death Guard, or Executioners and that type of thing. Even Witch Elves, like none of it is really seen.
Has anyone seen
which is actually
or any of them? I haven't seen them since 8th.
No,
and probably not even there much, but yeah.
No. So
I said Witch Elves, but that's
either elves need some shit always strikes first re-rolling bullshit that they used to have, or they need to be cheaper.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
They've always been too expensive. Like, they often end up being they pay for all these stats that they can't really leverage, and they're always so squishy, unfortunately.
My answer to John's though would be I wanted demons because that's my one. I just want to see what they do with demons. They make them a little bit. They're probably not bad now, but yeah, a little bit of extra. They need more choice, so hopefully we get that. I think Val was playing around with the idea of maybe toying with bringing back sort of something to do with the Realm of Chaos chart. You know, like that thing you rolled every turn. Because now that like Cathay have a similar thing with the yin yang wind thing. I mean, that's not totally the same. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, and that's Maddie. That's exactly right. Want demons to have more variety in items. Yeah, they're just lacking in that. Like if you add that, maybe add a little bit of the demonic chart in optionally or something. That'd be cool. The rest of it's probably not bad.
Yeah. No, that would be good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
That's our questions.
That's all the questions. That's all the questions.
Okie dokie. I think we're into just. Is there any news, guys? I mean, sorry, there was whole Cathay stuff.
There was a little Cathay release,
and then we decided it was too late as well. I was falling asleep, and then we just went. We're not even doing it. We haven't even read it. And a week later,
it was kind of nice finishing 20 minutes early last week. Like, I got off the call and I was like, it's only 11.
Refreshed.
Yes.
Nearly not.
Like, why do we do 2 hours every week? Why can't we do 1 hour 40 every week?
Yeah.
Just ramble.
Well, we almost could, but we have Josh's hobby to get through, so that's going to be fun. Let's do that.
I can't wait for this.
Okay, I've got a little bit of a story to tell. Because coming out of Beast of Pogno, the Battle March event that we did last week, I was like, it was fun, like being a player to Euroin and that type of thing. And then so I got a little bit inspired to look at running a couple maybe more events later this year. Still pending confirmation from Gaming Arena. But one of them would be a 1-dayer 1200.1 day mid-May, hopefully the 17th. Been waiting for a week. I called them on Sunday. I'm like, guys, confirm, please. So hopefully tomorrow they'll actually confirm it. Anyway, the thing that's got me running really from a lot of work into my hobby and my terrain is that I mean I know that Snake Eyes guys came on and I was like, oh yeah, gaming arena is great because got all the terrain, all the boards and all that stuff. You don't have to bring it in and stuff. What I was feeling when I was around Beast was this terrain is sort of like average. Like it's fine and it's colored and it's painted and it's great. It's functional, whatever. But I actually just when I was getting out, I was like, I brought some of my own terrain and suddenly I was getting that out instead because I just like how it looks. And now I'm like, I want to get more tables that look really nice. And so now I'm going down the other road of going, I'm just going to get boxes of my own terrain, bringing it in on a big trolley, and just do the whole thing myself and not use gaming arena. Which is so I mean, I would be using someone to fill it out, some of the tables, but I've been sitting on a winter snow mat for like a good year that I was going to use to theme my Cultural Slanesh army on and maybe do some terrain, but never go around to it. But next minute, I'm like, why don't I get 2 more snow mats and then just do a full-on three table like biome of winter themed like North Nagaroth Chaos Edge Waste type stuff. And it's like, that's 20-25 pieces of terrain. I can do that. And so that's something. Next minute I'm doing that, and then I'm getting a Badlands mat as well because I maybe want to do that for the.
Josh is going to have like the old world.
I am going all in.
You know how he did all those little tiles? He's going to do them full table size now.
So I am going hard. So the first thing I did was I got that mountains mat. Like everything's from Deep Cut Studio. I just love the stuff, and for some reason I think it's really nicely detailed, and I can't go past it. I got out the monolith and I stuck it on that mat, and I was like, fuck, that snow is too bright for this map. I'm building this terrain to fit with the map.
Just for that.
And it annoys me a little bit that snow is too bright. So I'm going to go back to it and go, can I tone it slightly? I don't know. I'm going to fiddle with it. Because my whole army is that light snow color. So I'm going to revisit that. But then I started building terrain. So I worked out for 3 tables, I kind of want maybe 5-ish hills. So I suddenly, next minute, I'm collecting pine bark.
Are there termites in that, Josh? Are there termites in that?
Really
Better not be bringing termites in the house.
My partner, she kept obsessing about the possibility of termites going. Oh, so funny. Lots of pine bark. Suddenly I had all 3 printers going, printing off various bits of detail and that kind of thing. Now I did print off this outcropping in the FDM.
Ooh.
I'm so conflicted about this. Like it looks good from like 4 foot away, but then I look up close, I'm like, I can see the layer lines, and I can't help but be annoyed by Andrew. I can't look past the layer lines. So I'm like,
is that a nozzle thing? Like, is that as good as it gets? Or like, how does it work?
I had it at 0.12 millimeter layers on this.
Have you got a 0.4, 0.2?
Yeah, 0.4 nozzle.
Oh yeah.
I haven't. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but at the moment, I am. Still printing off stuff, but yeah, I'll like what I want to do with that. So this is a hill. So I've done sculptor mold. I filled in some stuff. I put in some dirt. That's with it. I hit with black. I went and got some black primer and then some sort of light grey stuff. Then I dry brushed it. Then I washed it. And I dry brushed it again. This is up to hitting snow. So I haven't got the snow out yet, but this is my wood. Forest, sorry, my hill. Sorry, that's a guinea pig. Now I'm so pleased with this. I'm so pleased with this. So all those fucking fences I was painting for like this huge pile of fences. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to ever need these, but I'm going to put them in the big pile, not base them, just in case I need them. I'm like, this is worked for freaking well for a sort of a wild, sort of rundown, sort of wilderness terrain. So I'm going to be using some of those. And I've also gone, maybe I'll make some dangerous terrain, so difficult, dangerous terrain. So this is the start of it. Sucks himself a mod on.
Yeah, I like that. So
Hey.
what
Full
do
of
you do with
crystals,
that,
full of
Josh? Like,
jagged
how do you
rocks.
move? Are you doing like a base underneath
Lots more
that, or
crystals.
like how do you move
Huh?
it?
I'm gonna.
Just-
Well, I've put it roughly. They're all roughly about the same height, so a movement tray
Mhm.
would sit on it fine.
So, okay.
With
Yep.
skirmishes, is probably the only thing I'm thinking about, and whether or not I need to provide like a little clear plastic thing
Yeah.
for skirmishes to be placed on, or
Mm.
single models. Because like I've also got like extra rocks around the side for them to sort of layer on. So I'm thinking about that. But if it's a movement tray, it'll be fine. But I want some dangerous terrain on the board because I think dangerous terrain will be fun.
Yeah.
So this is thorns and jagged rocks kind of thing. And that's with the whole thing primed. And this is where I'm at. So I've got started some forest going. I've pretty much done the five hills except for the snow. This is what I've done in a week. So
So
I'm
good.
going hard
Freaking
and trying to get
Haven't even started
maybe
the snow
4
yet.
full tables
Yeah.
of terrain for mid-May, and then maybe some more later on in the year. Anyway, that's why I'm not building any more models, because I'm now like laser focused on terrain, and that's all I'm going to do it, and hopefully a few different biomes of high quality different themes.
That's a solid question, Josh.
No, I haven't dissected a guinea pig. I've dissected lots of rabbits. Guinea pigs they're a riskier anesthetic, and the testicles are intra-abdominal too. Like there's a little scrotum there, but they're actually harder to access than in a rabbit. A rabbit's like halfway between a dog and a cat with desexing. It's actually kind of easy. Guinea pigs. Anyway, sorry guys, let's not distract.
Fine by me.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's
that's
good.
where I'm at with my painting, my hobby. So I'm gonna keep doing it, but I'm actually
Well, I'm going to be doing that a bit
excited,
too, because I
super
bought
excited by
like
this.
$600 worth of. I mean, Andrew could print stuff for me, but I wanted to support Panda Wargaming, who are going to be sponsoring the channel. We're just still sorting that stuff out. So between me and Cam, we bought actually close to $800, but then we got a discount of terrain coming. So I'm going to end up with a crap ton. And I should have taken pictures. I've got 3 new mats as well, but not from. I just got them from Combat Company. So hang on, sorry, I lie. I got 2 mats and 3 cases, because one of my mats I don't have a case for. So I ended up buying one of those. Same as Western City Wargamers have those. They look like missile
they're
launchers.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they look cool. So yeah, just when we run another, event, we should have heaps more. Like easily between all of us, we'll probably have. I don't know, how many tables did we have at Broadmeadow, Andrew? 8, 9? We'll probably easily have. 12 or something, probably.
Something like that.
I'll be painting once that comes through. I think next week we'll get all the prints from Pandem from Jeff, and then I'll have to start doing what you're doing, Josh, except not making them, just painting them. I'll have a Night Goblin Cave one, which is cool, because I half had that.
Yeah.
But now
I've been thinking about that, like sort of underground.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, underground.
So-
It's like it's actually quite dark, like black almost. And I'm
So
just gonna
with-
do like coloured mushrooms and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
So-
sick.
Now, the interesting thing with that as a TO is that because there is rules in the game for isn't there an underground
Probably.
scenario?
Maybe.
Do you put like a little bit of paper on that table going, now when you're on this table,
Yeah,
these are
can't see
the
more than
underground
things.
rules.
Unless you're dwarves. or
You have
something,
to do this
Skaven,
if you're
you
on
can
this
just see. Maybe. No flying. Yeah.
Like you could easily do that, right?
Mm.
Like that's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
not that hard. It's like you have to put it in the pack. You just lift it, literally just print it out, put it on the table, and then the
Cool.
players get to that table like, fuck, underground
Randomly
rules.
a stone troll
We're
just
running a
rocks up.
gun line here, man. What are you doing to me?
No, it should be good.
What's
So I
wrong
wanted there's some rock outcrops, but yeah, just lots of different types of mushroom lanterns, and I'll try and really make them bright. But the rest of it will be very dark sort of stuff. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah, got some more Tomb Kingsy ones. So I'll have a couple of desert ones, and then obviously some more grass stuff. And I've got a shit ton of buildings to do. I just need to get them done. So I really want a full city one. That's almost like a lot more buildings and stuff on there, because you've got a lot of buildings, Josh, eh? Like, because you did a lot of that tabletop ones.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of the buildings. Yeah, I've got a lot of tabletop ones. That's probably the thing that takes the longest for me is painting up those buildings. I
Yeah.
find doing the structural terrain and putting all together hills and stuff I can do quite a lot of it in a fairly short period of time, especially because often if I'm doing lots of things at once, you can just let things dry, do other things, and sort of come back to it. But buildings is like, it's painting a whole unit to get a building done, especially tabletop world stuff because it's so detailed. Depending on how you do it, though. If you're putting different tones on each brick and then dry brushing it, then washing it, dry brushing it.
Well, I do actually do that for some of them, but it's
things.
actually quite quick how I do it. Like it's very sloppy, but once you do all that washing and stuff, it doesn't. And dry.
I think
it
the
comes out
sloppiness is
okay.
fine. The sloppiness
Yeah.
gives you
Yeah.
aging, gives you detail, and
Yeah.
absolutely. You don't want it to be neat. It's unnecessary.
Not too
That's cool.
Slows you down.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex had a good point before, Josh, with the FDM prints. Just he said you can obviously add like filler or primer. I've seen some people they get like a filler primer. They've mentioned that. I've heard other people mention like a texture paint, like texture spray, as well. Just to give it a bit more of that rocky, earthy finish. Obviously, it's not going to work too well on everything. It's just obviously, if you were doing those rocks, I think that would look pretty good.
No, it could work. Yeah, I tried sanding it and it sort of worked. And I put some normal filler on, and it was less obvious. But I could try that. Yeah, a filler.
I might try some of that. What's this spray stuff?
Oh, you just get texture spray, just like Bunnings
Just from
or
Bunnings. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah, there's heaps of different texture spray paints.
Yeah, I'll try some of that. Just to be
Gives it that sort of rendery sort of
Okay.
Primer filler, Dulux.
Oh,
Okay. Is that textured?
I think it's I don't think that's textured.
Oh,
I think it's more like it'll sort of fill up the little indents. So it's actually more smooth than textured, I guess is one way.
Okay.
Oh, what else does he put up here? Oh, Ghost. Totally missed that. What is
Let's
that?
get good with this. This is this new stuff. Bloody hell.
Ooh.
Each one's
Ooh.
getting
Missed
better,
that.
man. That looks friggin' awesome.
Yeah, that does look pretty bloody awesome.
Oh, yeah, the OSL, look at the light bleed around the gold. Oh, goodness me. Love it.
Man,
I think that's
so
it.
I've got to get back to my painting. That looks good.
When was the last time you touched anything in your hobby?
I painted on the weekend. I started doing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah, just a little bit. I thought I'd get a bit more, but I didn't.
You're through the worst of it, the launch.
Nice.
Well,
in terms of the impact on your hobby time.
Well, hopefully, but we'll see. I don't know. Now I'm more stressed than ever. Probably I'm trying to make it work because now people are booking tournaments on it. I'm like, fuck. Yeah.
Are they supposed to be? Like it's working. I have confidence about it. I think it's fine. Although there was that amusing bug you had with Snake Eyes where was it one TO had started it and signed it up, but the other one had done the payment system and therefore the whole thing was broken, or no one could pay you or anything like that, or something like that. Is that?
Yeah, well, I had a warning in there because of that. If you can't, you can publish it, but it had a big warning saying like, don't publish this because you haven't connected up the payment system. But I don't know if that came up for them or not. I don't know what happened. But anyway,
Murphy's Law.
Yeah,
it will happen.
Yeah,
if it's possible for it to happen,
Lachie
it will
connected
happen.
his Stripe, and but it was actually registered under what's his name? Danny's. And so when he went to buy, it went. TO needs to actually fix or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. I was like, I knew what it was when I saw it. I went, have you done that? And he went, I don't know. Anyway, so that's fixed pretty quick. But yeah, there's going to be a few things like that. Yeah, but it is. Actually, I thought since it's so. Oh, have you got Andrew? Have you got stuff?
Not much. I'm just putting together my bat swarms. One of my many. You can't really see that. And just filling out my Vargeis again. Got heaps of Vargeis. So if anybody hasn't seen my list, it's basically just a vampire with a gazillion bat swarms and Vargeists. So that's my old hammer.
Movement value?
9. But if I do have my Mortis engine,
+1.
I think it's +1. And the bat swarms.
No, but I mean when they don't fly.
Oh, maybe 6, maybe. These are 1.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I remember that. These are 1. I remember Josh when I played him with his stupid horn.
I was blowing that horn like no tomorrow.
That's it.
Was a lot of fun.
That swarms weren't going anywhere.
I've got two of them in my army. I'll hopefully, but I've got to roll. Yeah, don't get rerolls. So. Well, actually, I get one reroll, I should say, because I got veteran on one of them. So we'll see.
That's how Josh gained one of my testicles.
If it's so like when if we're so close to the end and people gone this long, I thought I might just do one sneak peek of what's coming.
One last thing for Andrew. There was a question here. I can't find it. It was just asking about the bamboo printer. Did you actually get one or not?
Nah, it's still on my list to get. I just literally haven't gone out and got it. Yeah, I was going to go get the A1.
That's the one I was close to buying as well, the A1. Yeah, it's still sitting in my... I've got a tab open.
Are you going to get one too? Oh, my God.
Well, I don't know now because I bought all that other stuff, and if Andrew gets one or someone gets one, I don't really need it.
Well, yeah, the only reason I have one is because you guys are interstate.
Yeah.
Like, I know Andrew could probably print it, but it's posting it down and stuff. I don't know. It seems ridiculous. So I was quite happy to say
anything else, I'll just get Andrew to do probably if he's sorted all your stuff. Like it works. Hey, you've got it all under. You know what you're doing now.
Yeah, the current one, but the A1's just so much looks heaps easier. Because I got to slow this down to get it to work really well. So I think the A1 just works. Like that's what everyone says. Like it's just leaps and bounds.
I'd probably
ahead
prefer, it'd be good if like you had one that was good and then I'd print the other stuff and read it. Like, I don't know, I can fit another printer, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Although Josh has 3 sitting there, so what do I know?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I've been, like, I go in and out of using the printer, but the last few days, having, like, printing stuff, it is so nice having a second printer because sometimes I'll sit there, like, I've got a big print job going on one, and the next minute I'm like, nice to print off some extra jagged rocks or something. A quick 2-hour print. I can just start it and then do that.
Yeah.
And then have them both running on something else big overnight. And suddenly, rather than taking like 4 days to print off a whole bunch of stuff, you know, it's just like I'm printing it as I want it. Really nicely convenient.
That's good. That's just different, man. It's just so good having that available. Hey, compared to what it was back in 8th, everything was, you know, you could get some weird stuff off the internet, but pretty much whatever Games Workshop did. Cool. Well, can I mean, obviously people know what I was working on.
You want to talk about stuff at the end?
Just quickly, I'm not going to give a big spiel, but obviously Old World Rankings Pro went live on Saturday. Oh, no, Friday, sorry, whatever it was, which is cool.
Yeah.
And that's all gone really well, and people have been signing up. So if you haven't, you know, if you do want to have a look, please jump over to oldworldrankings.com, a whole new website and all that sort of stuff. New stuff coming all the time, which I am working on some big stuff. But one of the ideas that Josh talked to me about, and then I was playing around with it, and then I just want to give you a bit sneak peek because I don't want to not tell everyone yet. And if you've lasted this long in the video, then you deserve to see it.
Absolutely.
But so it will be a pro feature because it needs AI, and and it's a lot of work. So that's probably hard to read, is it? I don't know.
No, that's readable.
I don't even know.
It's easier. Yeah, it's easier with the light.
So basically, and I'm pretty confident it's going to work, is there'll be actually most of the recent lists will end up this way, but also anything new coming along. If they are tagged with this little purple thing, if you're on the pro plan, they're called Battle Builder compatible, which means they have converted from any text format you throw at me straight into Old World Builder if you want, if you're still using that, or you can send it straight to my version of Battle Builder. And there's the list.
And you just have it there.
And it is all there, all accurate, all logged in. And look at this. Watch this. Watch this, people. Watch this.
That's AI powered.
There's a French list. Look at this. French.
Oh.
Open it in, send to Battle Builder.
Parlez-vous français?
Look at that. In English. And obviously, if this is in French, it'll be in French, but it converts it even if it's in whatever language. So if you're an Old World Rankings Pro and you want to download whatever is the best list here, it's straight into your Battle Builder, and you can do that. That's coming soon to Old World Rankings.
How do you do it, Gomo?
Can't get it anywhere. I'm not telling you. I went through 3 different iterations. Actually, I was doing it. I'm going, this is R&D. I could claim R&D on this because it was not just put into AI. I'll tell you that way. Tell you the secret later, but yes, it was a couple of yeah. Anyway, I'm currently, and on top of that, I'll just, if you are listening this long, it will have, it's not going to be 100% all the time. It's pretty accurate, but it'll have a rating system. So if you download a list that's not perfect, you can rate it. And that does give me the chance to at least address stuff. But if it is being rated as a 5 out of 5 list, it means it's perfect. So you won't be getting spammed. However, you know what was really funny? There's a couple of lists where I was like going, what? Why is this not right? It's not adding up. So and I was like, oh, hang on, the list is just wrong. So people have been playing wrong lists. So there was one where it's like, and they were probably playing it right, but what they submitted was a level 3 wizard, but it's an actual level 4. Like the whole list was 30 points too low. And so I kept looking at it going, why is mine not adding up? And then I was like, sorry, why is it over? And then I was like, whichever way it was, I can't remember. And I was like, oh, hang on, the text list is wrong. Like, it's just fucking wrong. And then there's another one that was over by like 1 point, and it's because they'd written great weapon on one of their generals, and it's not supposed to have one. When you take that off, it was right. But I was like, So ironically, sometimes, you can really pick up on some of the lists that are just wrong. But here's what it is.
That's really good.
So I think that's a game changer.
Right. Because that way, even as a TO, you can just load up the list and go, is it all verified?
All in there. You don't need to frig around with it. It's right there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be old world builder lists, new recruit lists, text lists, anything.
New recruit
mostly. Yeah. If it's, I can still sort of convert it over, and it mostly comes across okay. So yes, game changer.
Is that going to be?
That's why we always read into the lists. Yeah.
Takes time.
Is that going to be something like once all the lists are submitted that basically you don't have to manually do it? Is it like in a later? Is that going to be something you might have where you can just do like a check using the same sort of AI and then
anytime a list gets in there, it's just it'll be converted into a battle builder compatible file. Is that what you mean? Or
I'm just saying, like, if just say per se John's just going through 20 lists that got submitted, like in a further
well, I say like so where it would probably technically go eventually is people would be submitting them through
I'll build
battle build formats. Now, obviously,
I reckon that's going to be
either, but that will become a more. So then you're not having to fiddle around with them. Now, sometimes the validation's still 100%, but obviously we'll, I'm talking to Nico all the time. We'll try and ratchet that up to be better. But I fully suspect that the error of texts. Hopefully, by this time next year, no one's fiddling around with text lists. That would be awesome. But if you are, hopefully, it will still be able to be converted over into one of these builder formats. At least the
that's
JSON
so good.
format.
I think very quickly you'll just have most people submitting lists through Battle Builder. Now, as it becomes more and more sort of people are used to it, the fact that you can just submit your list through Battle Builder through a drop-down menu already makes it.
Well, that's right.
So convenient that why would you use anything else?
Now the other thing, just think about the integration coming up. That you just you look at any list on here, click a button down the track, and then you can also play on Warhol and stuff. So there's going to be lots of benefits to it. Having it digital rather than a text file. And to Matt's point, what if the old world builder file is wrong? Well, that's fine. In what I'm doing is you list it because sometimes they're wrong. You rate it as there's nothing wrong with the old world. The old world builder file is sort of close, like they line up, but the list is still wrong. And then that way we can just fix it. Like you can adjust it or, fiddle around with it. So, we can make the list valid even if they weren't valid for whatever reasons. But over time, they'll become more valid. I seriously, the amount of lists on that I pull from all this stuff, so many more of them are well builder. So I know people say the validation's not 100%, and it's not. But I mean, most of the time it still is. Like it gets up there, Do they have to be resub sometimes? Maybe, but I mean, that can be fixed. So it's just if it starts being used more than just tech stuff, then you can rely on it. Then I think it'll get closer. So it's a bit tricky when you have custom comps and stuff. I guess that becomes a bit more tricky. When you're saying 1/3 characters, and you have to. I mean, what are you going to do?
Well, that's when it's more important. You can load it up into the builder, and I think it's easier to then go, is this all lining up? And spending the right amount of points in each category and that type of thing. I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. At least, like, if it's in the builder, at least you can play around with it, even if you know the builder is wrong in some sense. Whereas if it's a text file, you got to sort of manually freaking around with it. So
you've actually then got to painstakingly manually transfer it over and then check it, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, so I think
Is that
appreciate.
I was going to say, is that a possible future state thing that you could look at where, like, you load up your tournament and then those tournament specific comp rules or restrictions get put into the builder for that? Or is that going to be too hard?
Yeah. No, you could. It's just, I'd probably rather, like I said, probably more try to put that into Old World Builder so it flows back. So I'm not totally changing the whole product, because the more the Old World Builder can do, the less I have to do. So so that's something that, talking to
the sky's the limit, isn't it?
Basically I meet with Nico every second week and just work through some of that to try and make it a little bit easier. But it's gonna, as I said, this is early days for this stuff. So
and it's so awesome, like, considering how early it is and what you've put out, it's pretty amazing.
Well, Josh was playing with another thing that I've put out privately on. I mean, only you three can see it. And Josh found it today. It was the battle scorer, which you're playing. So that's coming.
Right. I didn't realize that was so.
only you three have it. Yeah, I didn't really. Put
I'm already throwing
guys.
up bug reports. I'm like, no, this isn't well designed. Like, this is hard to use. I can't see this. Can't see that.
I was just trying the camera. Yeah. So, I mean, again, it's a cool idea. I just thought, not only do you want, like tabletop score or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. It's called 40K, where you can, do all your scoring and stuff. But you want to be able to write notes, and you want to be able to take, hopefully people will use this, take pictures of the battle as you go.
Yeah, I love the prompts at each turn. It's like, take a photo, take a photo, take a photo.
That's cool. And then that way you've got a record of your game, the images, any images that you have in there, plus obviously any notes for the turn. I think from a competitive angle, but also, for us who do battle reports, it's pretty cool to do that and then go, right, now I can bat rep. Now I remember what bloody hell that happened that turn,
That is so good.
So that's coming as well. So, heaps coming down the pipeline. So it should be fun.
It's
so exciting. So exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. That's our episode, guys.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Thanks for being here for another, what is that, episode 135, was it? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Crazy. I guess next week we'll be chatting what happened down on the weekend. Fatal Flaw. Is any of the other podcasts is anyone, I've been out of the loop, is anyone doing a list review this week?
I've been painting my house. I've been completely out of the loop. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Can I just Maddie D just asked, waiting on the app. Sorry, can I just answer this? Waiting on the app. Yeah, that's coming, although a lot of these new things were mobile friendly, so it might delay it a little bit, but it is, don't worry, it is in the plan. But this one, ELO scoring per opponent, I found a very interesting thing. So basically, yes, I'm going to have faction by faction stats as well coming.
Ooh.
So that's cool, because I thought I couldn't do it, but I can.
What can you help? Sorry, can you explain what that means?
ELO stats scoring for not just Old World ranking, not just Old World rankings tournaments, but PCP, New Recruit, all of them, like having all the actual matchup data as well, not just the result data, which allows you to do ELO rankings and stuff.
Sorry, what is ELO rankings then? Is that based on
when you
play?
That's when you're ranked based on how good the opponents are playing against each other's so if Matty always played against Actor and they were doing well, or Matty always beat, he would get a better score because he's playing against Actor.
Okay, so it's matchup based rather than ladder based.
Results based, yeah, because that's all I get most of the time is you went 3-2 at the tournament. You sort of know that you played these people. You don't know which wins were against what. You just know that you got 3 wins, 2 losses, and you played these 5 people. But I don't know which ones you played.
Yeah,
so it's very hard to. Well, you can't. So I'm going to be.
It's very broad strokes, isn't it?
That. Yeah.
Okay.
So it should be good. You beat a better player, you get more points. So it'll be full ELO, or at least have the option for that. So, but also just faction stats, knowing who beats Cathay more, which faction is it, that type of thing. I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
match up.
enough talking about that, but it should be fun. I do need to do normal hobby, so I can't always do this, but hopefully it'll settle down.
There's enough there already that it's going to run pretty well.
Yeah, hopefully. That should be good. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for listening to episode 135 of Old World Fanatics. If you've lasted this long, do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And I guess you'll hear from Andrew, myself, and Cam probably next week. I don't know if he'll be on the podcast, but about our Fatal Fall mission down to Sydney, down to Blacktown to take on the other 48 players down there. Can't believe how big it's getting. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
enjoy the Monday, or Tuesday, whatever day it is for you when you're listening to this, and we'll see you next week on Old World Fanatics. Thanks a lot. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.